do it on.
I haven't done it yet.
So, okay.
We're going to do it now.
We're getting sloppy, is what we are.
Well, because I don't have the address until I go live, because otherwise it sends people to Streamlabs, and I don't want to send people to Streamlabs. I want to send people to YouTube. It's the one better thing about Twitch.
Are we live now?
We're live.
You're supposed to tell me.
We are.
For real.
We're live.
Yeah. Anywho. Okay.
I'm here with Biggie. We're live.
We're a hot mess today, is what we are.
Oh, I can get music too. Let's get some music in the background.
Wait, why?
So that
You can get copyright claimed again for no good reason?
no.
I remember when. Yeah.
I get copyright claim. Yeah.
So, okay, fuck you with the copyright claims. We're gonna be miles away thinking we had any successful thing, and then they're gonna be like, nope. Copyright claims.
Well, let's use the copyright-free music.
You know, that's one of the things that I was trying to explain to somebody, that if they really, if the can I just have a mini rant, and I don't want to talk about this particular pain in the butt. All right. If all the tech bros, because at this point it's still mostly bros.
Those bros.
Yeah. Are now trying to claim that the work that they're producing from the work they stole, even the people they gave pittance change to and acted like they were doing them a favor. Never mind. I just, no, I'm gonna rant. I probably should just
say it,
stop.
rant it.
Oh, of course. As soon as I open the window, the landscape will at what point are they just gonna skip the step in between and just copyright claim everything, because eventually they're gonna copyright as part of their AI monster mash? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be preemptive copyrights all the way down. I just... Yeah. Should I close the... No, because I got the... No. I don't know if they can hear it, the mower outside, but at least it's not as loud.
Probably comes off like a helicopter, like we're going...
Supposedly, because of that new helipad they built, we're not going to be hearing as many, but I'm not holding my breath.
I don't hold my breath for nothing.
You do sometimes, you just don't realize it.
I don't hold my breath for nothing.
Unannounced, unplanned, complete chaos.
Unplanned, unscripted, on everything.
On everything, yes. Plans upon plans upon plans. We chose none of them. Should we? I don't know. Maybe people don't care. Do they even know why we're doing one now?
I don't think they know.
Because you and your misguided mush together everything and make it all one thing notion about the Twitch anniversary.
Oh. my other colossal waste of time?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Twitch anniversary was not. All right, I'll put it this way. It was a lot of fun to do.
That's what matters.
I greatly miss doing the 24-hour streams, and just kind of goofing around and experimenting and, pushing my internet connection and my computer and everything like that.
Oh, that! As soon as you said internet connection, I thought about that poor kid yesterday. Sorry.
And it's yeah, I I I adore experimentation, and for those of you who've been with me for um pretty much since the beginning,
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, you've been with me 3 or 4 years, you know that I like to do, you know, I I do, my art is basically challenges, and I
To
just
yourself. I mean,
yeah
because like that's the thing that I think a lot of people, because of the style that they primarily see from you, because that's the other joke. It's like some of these folks have no idea what other kinds of art you're capable of
oh
creating.
because they only see the digital art.
Yeah, and it's a very specific kind, as
Mm.
well. So, because I forget who it was.
I don't do a lot of blending. I don't do a lot of. It's very cartoon-esque.
I was thinking comics, but the comics, cartoons,
Yeah.
cartoons. I mean, cartoons have sort of shifted back into the 2D more than 3D,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
I still am like, but then why did they bother making it all AI when all the extra shaders? You're just a shader.
Well, one of the biggest criticisms that um, I was given when I first started doing digital art
Mm-hmm.
was the fact that I was not shading, that I was just basically just drawing and releasing.
Which
And
is, it's so funny. And I myself have done this too. Not necessarily specifically with visual arts, but I have done that judgy thing where I assume. I assume what the person's goal is, and I tell them what they're doing wrong. And then I feel like the world's biggest jackass when they're like, well, that's nice and all, but this is what I was going for, you know?
yeah,
And I think it does kind of everybody has their own goals and paces, and I think it was always one of the minor frustrations you had with people when they do say, sure, make me a whatever of whatever project you're working on with the stream folks, and they don't know that a lot of times this new thing that you're trying out, especially because we always talk about when we do our walks and stuff, like the potterers. I never know how to. I don't know.
Padaru is fine.
That's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah. Padaru.
Is that one of the things that we both have in common is we get these insane ideas before we have a clue how much how much of a headache it's going to be. And sometimes things that we think are going to be so simple, no. Oh no. No.
Mm.
And that is something that I don't think enough artists talk about that. I mean, it's not like I listen to as many art casts as I used to, because people stop doing them because they don't want their stuff getting stolen, but just for being on the internet. What a timeline. Anyway, but it's one of the things that I do miss is talking to more people about process. And not because I'm trying to steal their process. I'm curious, because especially now that, it's not a shame to be an ND and all that stuff. Like, people can revel in what works for them. And just because somebody's doing this blah right now, doesn't mean that that's the only thing.
And ND is not an art term. ND is neurodivergent, right?
In this case, yes.
Okay, just make it sure.
What ND were you thinking of in the world of art?
Oh no, I was thinking that people might go like,
I should.
What the hell's an ND artist?
Are you saying I dropped an acronym? Let me clear that up for you.
Just saying.
Just
in case.
It definitely, and that's the joke too, is like people say, oh well, this is they're just trying to say, no, there's a label. Yes, labels can suck, but sometimes labels help people go, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I was talking about paintball the other day,
Yeah.
and I dropped FPS, and people were like,
Oh.
"What the fuck is an FPS?" And I was like, "Oh, it's feet per second," and they're
Because they're
like,
thinking frames per second, or I mean that has
"Yeah."
like it's one of those acronyms that has way too many uses.
Um,
uh,
and they were like, I was like, "It's feet per second. It's the distance the ball travels every second."
mm.
And people were like going, "Oh, 200 freaking 90 feet? Yeah, 290 feet per second.
They're projectiles. There's a reason.
It's
There's little air
fast.
cartridges.
It's very fast."
uh,
I said, and people like to crank those things up. The problem with cranking anything up past 300 is that you tend to break all your freaking paintballs in your barrel.
barrel, yeah.
Enjoy.
I know. Well, because and that's the thing is there will always be folks who try to push the boundaries, which sometimes has disastrous results and sometimes can lead to, hey, the tensile strength of this metal really will take this, you know. So sometimes you got to break eggs. I know, but did I tell you I watched a video about recycling aluminum yesterday and I was just so happy. I've been upset lately. This links to something.
It drives me crazy that aluminum is the American freaking term for the
Instead of aluminium.
the element aluminium.
Yes.
And I'm like going, because when somebody talks about the element, it is aluminium. I'm sorry, you don't have you don't get to change it. But yes, the aluminium that's in England is aluminum here in the United States.
Yes.
Whatever.
But there are lots of pronunciation weirdnesses like that, even amongst people who all, you know, whatever.
No, it wasn't spelled aluminum until
Yeah,
America decided to change it.
Well, never mind. We're not having that conversation about etymology today. So anyway, the reason this matters to me, because I am one of those weirdos, is that I try to get cans instead of plastic whenever we buy soda. It is, yes, we don't need soda to live. We don't. But we both enjoy it with whatever snacks and meals.
Mm.
And I do this because even though, and there's a great Hank Green, okay, am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to mention another YouTuber? I forgot.
Yes, mention him.
It's not like I know him. I learn a lot watching some of his videos. But he put out a video not forever ago about how we have the technology to not waste as much plastic if only we, could find somebody who would spend the money to get the process in motion, kind of thing, so that we could have a recycle rate of plastic, as in the umbrella of plastics, because that's one of the problems they have, is that there are so many different impurities that would need to be whatevered. And we could have an almost 100% recycle rate if we just did it. But nobody's, made the leap yet. And I found that fascinating. I mean, it makes a lot of sense from a scientific perspective as far as polymers and impurities and how we do things. But it's something as... I'm that kind of weird person who likes to know how things work and how we can do better as humans. And the whole video was just wonderful. And then, of course, my brain's like trying to do the calculations for how much energy they're expending on the melting and the pounding and to get the stuff back into usable form for whichever, new life. But it is still one of the higher rates of cradle to grave return rate, because even water, I think they still can't get water as close as some of the other cleansed and reused, and part of that is because it actually does go into the atmosphere and blah blah blah. And that's science beyond the layman stuff that I know, because that was never something I pursued. I was always going to do astronomy type science, but
I'm enjoying this.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm just hoping nobody else has already shut this off and been like, "Oh my god,
They
he's married to a
they
nerd."
they're not there, so they can't shut it off.
They're not there. There. Oh, this isn't live.
This is live, but
Oh, there's just nobody
there's
stopped by
just
because we
nobody.
didn't. This is why I tell you. You're always like, "How come nobody came to my?" Because they don't know where you are. They don't know when you're starting, and half the time you say you're going to be there, and this something happens. So because life is unpredictable.
And we have an excellent connection, just so you know.
Yeah. So am I allowed to? Can I just give a shout out to the poor guy yesterday?
Just don't name the company.
No, I won't because it's
Okay.
not like. So we recently switched our internet service provider for very good reasons, and we were so happy to finally have an alternative. Someone knocked on our door yesterday, and they were trying to sell us the service we already had because for some reason their list said we didn't have it. And I'm still laughing. And I'm like, has it gotten so bad with door to door people that like it's not even people from the company anymore? Like, is it a third party that's just giving them a list of addresses and doesn't
Well,
care
I
if they
also
waste
think
time?
that the neighbor that he was talking about that has it is us.
Oh, and they
Because
just
I don't know of anybody else right near us that has
well,
your
no,
company.
I don't. I've never asked the folks on the one corner, so I couldn't tell you about there. But I mean, I definitely know which ones do not, because they're people I talk to because we see each other more often. But yeah, I just always thought the door to door stuff, like they used to have lists, with the actual address, and if I think they weren't allowed to give them names anymore because some people got freaked out because people had their names, even though if somebody opened the mailbox, they usually could have got the names anyway. But it was just a privacy thing, and I'm like, how can you have door to door people who are invading people's privacy by going onto their property? But you can't tell them who lives there. It's public record. If somebody just did the work, the information's there. That was weird to me. Sometimes governmental decisions are still like, what? Yeah, it sounds assuaging, but no. That's so silly. Anyway, so sorry. I just was very happy to watch that video. And no, I'm not telling you who the creator is because I don't remember. I just kind of fell upon it. Which is, hooray for social media and people who like science like me, I guess, because that's how I found it initially. But yeah, anyway, but it's why it was important to me because recently the one soda in a can that I get, which is a store brand, which we're not going to name, something happened at the factory and it's not right. And we've had to take back 4 cases now?
4 cases.
4 cases because it wasn't what it was supposed to be. I did not get sick. It wasn't that kind of a disaster, but the syrup wasn't in.
No
That's
syrup.
Yeah, no syrup. I think that's fair to say because that's exactly what it was. So I went back to the 2-liter bottles because I can see if the color's there before I open it.
No.
So the syrup obviously is there. And so far, I haven't had to take back any 2 liters. But I still, for lots of reasons, the storage, when we want them cold or not, like all that kind of stuff. Cans are just, I like cans better. And thus is my complete sidetrack that probably scared everybody away. And hopefully people...
Well, they would be watching the video.
Still...
Anyway.
If they were watching the video, they would worry that this idiot is just babbling, and
they could just skip ahead.
They could, but a lot of people, how people are now. Switch, click, 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 click.
Yeah, they just click through it.
Yeah, they'll just click through to something else. So I'm sorry if I did that, but I'm fascinated by things like that. I love to learn. I don't always remember, but I love to learn.
Here on YouTube, I'm on my downswing. I have 2.
Well, because you changed up how you're doing everything, and people like predictability to a point. I'm one of the weirdos who's like, hey, this person hasn't posted in a million years. This is awesome.
So, I have two accounts that I don't even know who they are or what they could be bots, they could be whatever.
The point.
But they keep subscribing and unsubscribing to me. And they don't subscribe like simultaneous or anything like that. but it's
So they're not linked that you're aware of.
I don't believe so. So what would happen is like one will subscribe, and then like maybe a day or two would go by, and the other one will subscribe, and then a day or two one will unsubscribe, and then the other one will unsubscribe, and I'm now at the where they both unsubscribed, and now I'm waiting for them to resubscribe. But it's been going. It's just two. It could be. It could be hundreds of accounts doing it, and just
because you don't necessarily see
but
the
the
names
pattern-
like you do. Yeah,
the
pattern of
is
the
two.
Huh. Yeah, given all the malarkey that's been going on for the last years in tech, there are certain patterns that, yes, I do get obsessed about as well with stuff like that, but
I'm on my downswing right now. That's all. That's what I was trying to say.
And that was the other thing too, is, we had that really long conversation, probably more than once, about like, why do you do it? Why do you stream? And yes, there's the joke about if it caught on and we could pay the bills, that would be a hell of a story. You know what I mean? But
I would not give back the money. How's that? I would not.
Yeah.
I would not burn the money or give it back or say, oh, this is just too much. I'm sorry. I can't accept this.
Yeah.
I will accept it gratefully.
Yeah, gratefully. But jokes aside, it was something that we did because we do know some people who do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And not people we met along the way, like people who, from other aspects of our life kind of thing, who decided one day to do it. And some of them do, make a living in whatever way possible. And some of them are creators who just show what they do and stuff like that. And it was one of the conversations we've had ongoing for a while until, you finally said, yes, I'm not doing it. If I could make a living at it, that's nice and all, but I'm not going to stop doing it.
If there's no money involved.
If there's no money involved, because we were talking about, creatives. We have both had many forays into various creative outlets over the years, and not just visually, to be specific, without going into the laundry lists. But it's part of who we've always been, even before we met each other.
Yeah.
And so that's why we had, I literally had to sit down because I'm the one that does the books. Yeah, roll your eyes all you want, Mr. Bounce to 15.
You do other books.
Yeah, I have to. I hate bounce fees. But is that I said, look, if you want, there are ways, that we would have to make certain decisions if you wanted to do this for a living and stop what, you've been pursuing just to make sure we have a roof over the head. And it was really a lot more about the health benefits because it's cheaper when you have a boss. I hate to say it. As someone who has done many, many years of self-employment, it's cheaper when you have a boss. And even after the ACA. But we had the hobby or career discussion quite a few times.
Yes. And,
because I said you have to be doing things differently if you want this, and that's kind of, I think it was a good idea to do because you kept doing that because everybody kept trying to get you on board with, oh, but if you just did this, you'd get affiliate. And,
oh, yes.
Oh, if you just did this, you'd be making so much money. But they didn't understand that it's like, no, I'm here because I'm a creative. I'm not a creative who happened to take off. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what your goal was doing it for.
Yeah. I've talked about the why I do this.
Yeah.
And the main reason that I do this is because of the connection I make to other streamers, the connection I make to people who are viewers, watchers, subscribers, followers, whatever.
It's the friends you made along the way.
Yeah. But it's even more than the friendship. It's.
Well, I'm sorry. I was just making the low-hanging fruit joke.
I want a connection that we would have, and where we're connected, and how that's all relative. And,
and we have talked about this before because of spheres. We have lived all over. Yeah. And it's difficult, even in the age of the internet, even in the age of people, have phones on their hips 9 times out of 10 most of the day. And it's still difficult.
And as weird as this sounds, the online community that I'm a part of is the family I choose, as opposed to like my biological family. And the one thing that makes me happy is that you're a part of this family as well.
Dragged me kicking and screaming. I
did.
Just want to mention that.
I want you there.
Yeah.
As a part of it. But yeah, it really is all about the connection. And making that to reality at that point, if I was doing this for the views and the money and stuff like that,
you would be doing things differently.
The amount of people that I would have to have is, especially in short order, will be the kind of people that I don't want to have that connection to, that I don't feel like.
But you have to make the nut turn.
I don't feel like they're family. I don't feel like I never really felt like I found my tribe, but I definitely feel like, it's the family I choose.
Can I just say something about the tribe?
Yes.
The thing that always concerns me with tribalism, not the notion of the historical and, ancestor tribalism kind of thing. That's a whole nother ball of wax, good and bad. But this whole finding your tribe is great, but you grow. You don't stagnate.
Right.
So you may have found a tribe that is whatever, you know what I mean? And I think that's something that people forget. And it's just why I always get that odd, like, electrical shock twitch when people are like, I'm looking for my tribe. No.
I'm sorry. Sorry for as many years as we've known each other. I've been giving you that twitch.
Well, and because it's one of those things that it took me a while to realize why. And I think it's because it just reminds me of like the Mean Girl cliques. And of course, now we have things that I'm not going to talk about because I said I wasn't going to talk about that particular topic today. And that is all of those things too. It's like you're either with us or you're against us. And it is nice to have circles that you can say, Bob's always up for doing blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, but I've never, because I'm a variety nut, I don't understand people who never want to leave the first tribe they belong to. Like, you stagnate. You know what I mean? Maybe some people would take offense to that, but in my experience, for a personality like mine, like, I feel it's sometimes more difficult to get out of your own shell, and so you get stuck in a hump, I guess.
Okay, I can see that.
It's the pattern problem.
I don't know what that feels like. That's the thing.
Well, you do, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Yes, that's the thing. Finish what you're saying, because you're probably going to say it better than I'm trying to grasp it.
I'm gonna use the, metaphorically speaking.
Oh no!
But
dun, dun, dun.
Blind Melon had a music video called No Rain. And everybody knows it as the B-Girl.
Yeah.
Video. And it's a cute little video, but I've always taken that kind of to heart, because in the beginning she's doing her little dance and she's showing who she is, and nobody, they're either laughing at her or they're rejecting her.
Yeah.
And in the end, she opens up the gates, and there's all the bee people, and she's found. I would consider her tribe, and that's it. I have never really felt that.
I can understand that. And the thing too is you are not a stagnant person.
No.
So when somebody is set in their ways, as we used to say, they will either find others who share, a good portion of those ways or not, and they don't ever have to look further. That is their comfort zone, and they are very happy there, and there is nothing wrong with that. But for crazy people like us who are always always trying to see what's around the corner, it's why I don't cotton to that idea of the tribe, because we have crossed so many industries, situations, experiences, socioeconomical levels.
Well, I mean,
and yes, some of them are very comfortable, and we still retain friendships with some people from some of those groups, but it's never been like, right where what I was looking for all along, and you just don't go anywhere. Like, to me, that's crazy.
I think of
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying for a person like me,
using the stagnant idea. I think that one of the things that a lot of people have never understood about my 3 rules of thumb, for example.
Okay.
My 3 rules of thumb they're very personal.
Yes, and the story behind it as well. Yes.
The be happy with what you have, the Helen Keller quote, which I originally thought was the Dalai Lama quote. Whatever.
So many things we were talking wrong.
Nothing is impossible. And no matter how cool your cape is, you still can't fly.
Yeah.
When people look at those, they want to criticize them, but I want people to know that I struggle with the first one all the time.
Yeah.
The other 2, it's just basically kind of like a guide.
Yeah.
I've never thought that I could not achieve something. I've never in my entire life, I've never thought that, I can't do that. That will never happen. I still, even to this day, think that I'm going to travel into space.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Okay.
That I will visit Mars. Those are the things that I wanted to do as a child, and those are the things that I still think are...
Which now, sadly, the latter has been tainted because of a certain waste of carbon.
Right, we're not getting into politics.
Nope.
But
I'm saying it because some people are like, he's just saying that because of blah, blah, blah. No, trust me, I've known this person longer than them. It's always been this way.
But the first one... The first rule of thumb, to be happy with what you have.
I don't think your thing is working because it makes it look like I'm doing all the talking and you're just using me as your telepathic puppet. Instead of it's
working actually because it's actually set up that way.
Oh, you didn't tell me. Great.
Because I couldn't separate.
You couldn't sync it. Yeah.
And I couldn't separate them because we're using a single mic, so everything is going through here.
Yeah.
And I did have us both talking, and
I remember that, and it got a little.
And it's very like disjointed.
Yeah. I said that at the time. I remember when you first showed it to me.
So we have this, which is you just basically on a complete total rant. I'm sitting there going.
Yeah.
I pop my mouth every now and again.
Yeah. Oh, good grief. So anyway, but no, I was not trying to go down that path. I was just trying to, perspective. I have to say, within the last 15 years now, I have really started to feel that weird generational disconnect with some of the folks who are adults now. Yeah. And it's hard because I don't want it. And I'm having a hard time finding the middle sometimes when we have conversations about things. Like there was a thing the other day about, the home ownership issues. about how people who are, now getting married and having kids and whatever, it's like impossible to buy a home. That's not our fault. That's, home equity. Not home equity.
Well,
What do you call them? The companies that buy up all the properties.
yeah,
Whatever that is.
yeah.
But I can't fix it.
Nope.
Beyond the measures I've already tried, like voting and stuff like that. But at any rate, why am I getting? Because my brain's tired. What were we talking about? We were talking about creativity.
I was talking about me being happy with what I have.
Oh,
And
back
why,
to the rules. Yeah.
and why that it's so difficult for me, because it really is difficult for me to realize like I should be grateful to the people who come into the streams and who are a part of it. I should be grateful to the people who inspire me to try to achieve more. I should be grateful to you for being even like my biggest muse and my biggest inspiration of all. And sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I forget I'm so busy looking towards what I want to achieve and
You forget to go get it.
and trying to do the trying to achieve the impossible, that I'm so busy doing that. And like I said, the other two rules are kind of like my guide. That's how I live my life. But the first one, being happy with what I have, it's like I forget that this was the goal. I'm achieving it, and I should be happy with all the things that I'm achieving.
Which is why I ask you questions the way I do. Yes.
That's what I wanted to say.
You said it.
I said it.
So
I said
there
it.
it is. So one of the things I was thinking earlier when we started this particular stream, to be clear, is that I realized that this is much more along the medium of when I had the college radio shows in undergrad. And so in some ways it's a lot easier for me to do it than if it was what do they not meet space? What do people call people who actually show their faces all the time as opposed to VTubers now?
Well, I've been like calling them flesh tubers. They're just YouTubers or streamers.
So, but
there's no flesh. We are all flesh tubers.
Well, I knew there was a lingo. I just didn't know what it is because I don't watch a lot of streamers.
Just streamer.
Yeah. So, but because I definitely, and it's I don't even know what it is, but it's like the stage fright thing that I had for a while. When people kept trying to get me involved in projects in undergrad and stuff like that because they needed one more body on the stage, kind of stuff. I hate it. I really do. But for some reason, when I'm just this voice...
And I am fearless. So I don't understand. I don't understand what people go through with the stage fright.
But we also had... Well, the funny thing about that was like when I was in choir and chorus... I didn't have that problem until they tried to give me a solo. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the same kind of thing. I think it's just because, like, the focus is only on me, and I still have a lot of craptastic baggage I'm not going to get into that I haven't completely managed to, recycle into something more positive. And
no, the reason I never got solos is because I was awful.
But I mean, it was never something I really wanted. That was the joke, because when I used to tell people I was a theater major, they're like, "Oh, you wanted to be an actress." No, I was a designer.
All the theater.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I was designer. You're
a theater major.
Yeah, I don't want to act. I don't even want to direct. We had to get the degree, but. Because we were a generalist for undergrad. You had to do all the whatevers. Although I never really did have to sew much for costumes, which is ironic because I'm not a bad sewer. I'm just not great at it.
I wonder, did you have theater appreciation?
I don't even know what you're referring to other than what the two words mean. Is it a specific class or?
It was a class that I took
Uh,
that I had to get special permission because it was the hoity-toity, and
I don't even. I
you
think.
should be getting a degree in this thing.
Okay,
And I
what
was
was the basis of it? What was the appreciation part? It was just understanding it, so it was a generalist.
all aspects of theater production.
That was probably just intro to theater.
Okay.
And your school just decided to be a little more hoity-toity in the title.
Oh, because they had an intro to theater, which I had to take as well.
Yeah, because
which was blah.
But it covered all the the aspects of what goes into a theater, except like we didn't talk about ushers and stuff.
The theater, the theater appreciation was, you had to put on the production. You had to do the set design. You had to do the lighting. You had to do
we did
the directing.
Okay, we had classes in the various aspects, but you did not. There was not a class that did all of it. There were requirements to a point, which was the only reason I was on stage. Because you had to be in a production, like on stage as an actor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I still, I was like, I'm a techie. Why do this is not me. But they still make you do it. But,
I didn't even know the class existed. Because it was a part of the specialty, I want to say the special school, where all the special people.
The arts, yes.
In the arts, and I was not part of that at all.
Yeah.
But the only reason that I even got introduced to it is because I was doing a poetry slam. And people were just like, I kind of did really well.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
And I transitioned because I originally went to undergrad because I was going to be an art teacher, and then the program that I had gotten my main scholarship through, it was an early stage program. They did not know what they were doing, and I realized I actually wanted to do theater arts teaching and be a tech director or something like that. And I did eventually teach theater to kids, but the whole process was so so flipsy doodle. But I did still have to take, certain classes that were outside of because I started as part of the art, because the visual art college was separate where I went from, unlike the one you were, where they had like an art college where all the arts were.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's like taking gross anatomy. Like these classes that I took, or one became just electives, which were almost worthless.
And there were people who were artists who took science because they became artists.
Even though gross anatomy was 8 credits.
Yeah.
The what do you call the theater appreciation class that I took with this hoity-toity
title
professor.
Okay. Sorry, I assumed.
And
you never said that before about that particular professor. Go ahead.
Yeah. And the only reason that I was even in it is because
the slam.
I did the poetry slam. A bunch of people saw me there. They suggested it, and once I tried to get in it, they told me no. They're like, no, you can't do that. It's not part of your program. It's not part of anything you're doing. And I'm like going, well, now I want it. I want it. Give it to me.
Yeah,
I want this.
Exactly.
I want this. What do I have to do to be a part of this?
Well, and that was one of the reasons why I was an undergrad forever. It was because the requirements for the art school were completely different at the fundamental level than because the theater arts was not part of the art school. It was separate because of the way that the college was broke up at where I went. So that's why it took me so long, because I literally finished with a dual degree and a minor.
And though my professor was on TV, and that's where I knew the professor before, I saw them do Othello on, off Broadway, but close to Broadway.
It doesn't matter. They obviously did a good job.
They did Othello, and I was actually kind of like, this is an artist.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm kind of tainted because of that too.
And it's funny because
people have a lot of different takes on that. I don't want to say his name.
I know, and I'm not asking you to.
But a lot of different takes on like how they've lost their minds and stuff like that. But even as my professor, like sharp as a wit,
yeah,
definitely knew things that I would never even have guessed before. I learned a heck of a lot. But yeah, he didn't want me in the class, so
yeah.
From the get-go.
Well, and that was one of the problems. I didn't even know about the program that I initially entered to begin with. Was it was literally a washout program. 100 enter, 50 make it to the second semester. Not even the second year.
Yeah.
They literally every year do this. 100 students are in that particular school, and then by the second semester they've already washed out 50. If I had known that, I don't know that I still would have gone there.
I wouldn't have.
But I didn't know. And then what was I going to do? Where was I going to go through the whole process of reapplying to transfer all over? I mean, like, yeah, I could. There were certain schools that would have taken me.
I would have been like, this is not for me, and pulled my money out.
But I didn't want to go back home, and I knew that was what was going to happen.
You had a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah.
But I would have. I mean,
I wasn't, because I was still so gaslit. I wasn't brave enough to say, well, I got accepted at this school, and this is a really good school, but they told me I couldn't go there, so I didn't go.
I will say that the prereqs at the school I went to, there were a lot of them that were just absolutely awful. And I can't tell you how many professors, like one professor you had, which was like, an A is like great sex.
Oh,
well,
God.
You know what? Maybe you can get great sex all the time. You fucking idiot.
No, he's just one of those people who sets people up because he just wants them to do the work and leave his class before he has to, get rid of the riffraff, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's just one of those British assholes.
But I've had professors like that, and I have to tell you, it's almost instantaneous, especially with the prereqs.
Yeah.
Almost instantaneous. There's another.
But that's the problem.
There's another TA teaching your freaking this class.
We didn't have that because I went to a smaller place than you.
Yeah. There's another TA teaching this class.
Yeah.
I will basically say no.
Yeah. And the biggest joke was, like. And you know what? It doesn't matter.
And Friday, Saturday classes are always available. So, no. I say no to your class. Yeah. So I that was one of the good things about going to a big school.
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't a small school either. I mean, it wasn't. Because it was still it was that whole quasi state school, but part of it was still its own university weirdness and everything. But it definitely wasn't. I mean, because I did get accepted where you went. That was the joke.
The one thing about being in a large school is you do kind of get drowned out. There is nobody who is an exceptional star.
Oh, and I definitely, because the interesting thing was my undergrad was one of those places that I don't know how many places still do this, but if you had a perfect score on your SATs or whatever that, you got a free ride.
Yeah.
It was one of those sillinesses, and I'm not gonna set up. No, not telling that story.
The same thing with my school.
Yeah, and so we had a lot of people, that once they got there, they were like, "Well, this is a nice school and everything, but I'm not being challenged." Depending on the major, because we did, for as small as we were, there were definitely concentrations in certain areas that there's people who made a life for themselves, doing really amazing things because of they were in those particular sub-colleges, so to speak. But I just remember all the people who were like, when you realized how smart they really are, and if they weren't in one of the areas that particular university, had those exceptional aspects of, they always left. They went someplace where, they could learn more. I mean, because I just remember one person, and I drove him to one of his interviews, to when he decided to look into transferring, and he literally said, he's like, I'm bored to tears, and how am I ever going to change anything, or learn anything if I can't even be challenged by the people I'm learning from?
See, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I started college 4 years after I took a 4 year break.
Yeah.
Before
I did the traditional because I was just trying to get out of my small town.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I lived 4 years of this before I even decided that college was for me. And so going there, I was already able to drink, already.
Oh yeah, because you had already hit the American adult age for everything.
Yeah, I was already able to drink. I was already able to do the partying. I was already able to do all the things were available to me.
Yeah.
At from freshman year on.
Yeah.
And if I had to recommend it,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would recommend that to everybody.
And I know it's stuff like that there are people now who are doing, if they can, because of course it's still a bit of a privilege for some people to be able to do those things because reasons. Is they'll do like a Peace Corps thing, or what I mean? Like there's all these other programs now that you can do. What do they call that? There was a name that used to be for that. It was like the thing you did before you decided what you wanted to be. You would like try some stuff, and then you would say, yeah, I definitely want to be a vet, or I definitely want to go into the military, or I definitely, whatever it was. It wasn't gap years, but it was something they used to have a phrase for it.
Yeah, I think I think everybody should take off 4 years. I think I should.
The number doesn't matter. I think they should just not feel pressure to immediately hop into it. But it's harder to get if you need scholarships and stuff. It's harder to get that money.
I was a stubborn idiot, and I could have had it all paid for and done it that way, and because of my stubbornness, which sometimes my stubbornness works in my favor, but because of my stubbornness, I did not go that route where I could have had it all just paid for and be done with it.
You wanted to have more control over it, and I wasn't even there yet. I didn't even know I didn't have control. I just wanted to get away.
Yeah.
Worst reason ever.
That's the worst reason to go to college, in my opinion.
Well, I wanted to do military so I could get the GI Bill, and literally he said to me, he said, kid.
Yeah.
He was worried that I would not have a good time there.
Most likely not, which is even more of a shame.
How
correct he was.
It is what it is. We still haven't, as a species, we still haven't moved on. Anyway, why are we talking about education again? Oh, because we were talking about how you got into
theater appreciation. Theater. Oh yeah. I loved that class, like a lot, and I was really happy that they finally relented on me, pounding on their doors. Which I learned, just so you know, that because of that class, I learned I could get into any class. That was the secret. I had my secret weapon.
We didn't really have stuff like that except for the usual requirements. Like you can't take Western Civ 2 until you've had Western Civ 1, because they only had so many things you could test out of. So that's very different than the school I went to.
All the twos, all the 2 classes are worthless anyway. So once you take the 1 class, you're all set.
Because one of the places that I actually did apply to, for a multitude of reasons, was even bigger than where you went.
Yeah.
And I am so glad I did not go there, because I would have lost everything. I would have lost myself. I wouldn't have known head or tails what I was doing with myself. And I don't think I would have even gotten my undergrad finished.
That was the one thing about,
why you were glad you took the time off. Yeah.
Well, I took the.
But I didn't
I took
have
the time off that I could actually, I became my own person.
right, and
And
I didn't
yeah,
even I wasn't there yet.
and I would have told you in high school
Yeah, but we
that I was my own person, that I was my own,
Oh
that
yeah,
I
no.
knew
I was just trying to get out
that
in
I
high
knew
school.
everything, and that I already I'm like a big of a smartass as I was, is that
I'm so glad I didn't meet you back then. I probably would have hated your guts.
oh yeah we probably did meet each other, and you probably hated me then.
I don't know.
But the like after the 4 years, which was I have to admit was kind of humbling, in basically being in the real world, and again, the only reason that I went to college to begin with was because I applied for a job, and they were like going, "You have no college," and I'm like, "No." So what makes you qualified for it? Because and I swear to you, I basically told them to their face, because I am.
Yeah.
You need me.
Yeah.
And you know what? They thought they did.
Very, and it still cracks me up that like after we had known each other for a while, when we did meet, we were just laughing at how many places we had missed each other.
Yeah, well, the sad thing about it is I applied for that job again, and they offered it to me, and I decided, now I don't want. Now you're giving it to me? I don't want it. But when you were telling me I couldn't have it,
Yeah.
I did everything in my power to freaking get it.
Yeah.
Including go to college, which I swore when I quit high school that I would never do, and I did.
And it's just funny to me because there have been such gaps in my life where I didn't do. Okay. I'm already hearing the voice of a former teacher in my head screaming at me right now. In my opinion, there have been large gaps in my life where I didn't do anything creative. And it wasn't because I was trying to take a break. And it wasn't because I just didn't, whatever. It was just survival. There were times when I just needed to stay above ground. And I needed bills to get paid and everything else. And looking back, I'm so glad those periods were short. You know what I mean? Because by the time, when we met, I think I had stopped teaching and I had stopped working at the bookstore by then. The one in Jersey, not the one in the South, when we were already together. But I was still working the overhire and at the one theater in the town I was living.
Yeah.
So I at least had that going on. But since then, like, I have been paid to do web design, graphic design, copy editing. Like, when you think about the broader strokes of what's considered creatives, I really have kept it up. But it's been harder and harder and harder, way before this garbage, mechanical stuff we're dealing with now. But I've worked on papers. I've worked and not always as a reporter or an editor. You know what I mean? I was just doing layout as a part-time job at one point when I was stage managing at a small theater and still working another job on top of that, all in the same summer. And but there definitely were times, and it's funny because when I look back at them, like
I'm
now,
like the exact opposite.
Oh, yes and no, but the point I was trying to get to is that it wasn't like I couldn't do the work. I just ran out of time because I had to make sure the bills were getting paid. So I couldn't fit it in anywhere, even though I was barely sleeping like 5 hours a night. So it's just, but I mean, like now that it's been since like what I've been out of colleges for 30 something years now, I guess. And there's really not much time where I wasn't doing something. You know what I mean? I mean, like now I sometimes argue that me trying to wrangle the garden in some ways is also its own little weird creative thing, but it's I have no idea what I'm doing because it's too many layers and I can't get the right teachers right now. I just keep forgetting things because of the brain fog. But it was something that I did for a while envy with you doing some of the stuff you were doing on the streams. And I don't mean just the drawing. I mean the lyrics and I still love the pantomime boxers. I'm sorry. I love those. I will never stop loving them because they're just so silly
Very
and casual.
second most popular video. So I mean, like people love it.
And because it's just so in a world where I mean, I can totally see how people would say this is still look at me type stuff because you're in it, and whatever. But it evokes so many differences than what's become what people watch.
Right. I agree with you.
And I think that's one of the things that I just absolutely adore. And I know sometimes the joke is, because
I am definitely not AI fodder.
Don't say that because now somebody's going to try to make it a niche market. But yeah. Anyway,
you know what? I laugh because people have tried.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the karaoke.
Okay.
Nobody's really writing songs and stuff like that and doing parodies and stuff like that. There are
in this country. There's less. Yes, I'm just gonna leave it.
I'm just saying, like we have Weird Al who's really not doing it anymore, and then it really does drop off from there.
Oh, now I have to shut something. Keep talking.
Yeah. So we have that, and oh yeah. Let me. Since you're checking that, yeah. Okay.
What? Okay. What?
I was just making sure the mic was actually working. We've only been at this for an hour.
I thought that the what is it called? The mouth movie sequencer. I thought that only works with the mic. Or is it just
It
random?
does, but the mic might not be connected through Streamlabs.
Oh, I see.
If it's connected to that, it's
he's still alive. I'm so happy. Okay. We just had so many deaths that made my heart hurt, the last year or so. Yeah. I was just like, oh, please, not him. Lara was a hard one for me.
Yep.
I think I told you, and you, because there are two people I definitely lost track of, but when I was doing the radio shows in undergrad, two of my friends, they used to do, all, Lur and Demento and Yankovic, it was all that kind of, that was their show, and I loved it. I used to go, when I could, and, because they would actually, this was because, that was before I officially joined the radio station in the second semester, my freshman year, but, they were one of the, groups of friends that I utterly lost track of, and I don't know if I'll ever see them again. I hope so someday. Because they just were so wonderful. And science guys. You know what I mean? Math, science, all of them. But they all had a sense of humor, and I love that.
Well,
people make fun of engineers, but a hell of a lot of engineers are amazing people.
As they should be.
I mean, well-rounded people. They're not just squares. You know what I'm saying?
As they should be.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was clear in my intent of why I was saying it. So the mic apparently is working.
The mic is working. Everything is fine.
And you still, I just want to remind you, because I told you I wasn't doing the covering your ass, hey, we're going to do a stream thing.
Right. Nope.
So still nobody, so I guess they'll all see it later.
No, we've had a couple people
Are they
come
people
in.
or are they bots? They're people you
I
recognize?
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who they are. They have not made
Did you put the
themselves
chat thing
known.
up?
The chat is working.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah.
Look,
Well, I'm not watching, so I'm not in those numbers. I didn't say I don't believe you. I just asked because I don't have working glasses right now.
place your chat here. Great, working just fine.
Okay, good for you. Oh, Bubba.
But what I was saying about like me not being AI fodder is that that's one of the good things about like not going viral, not really hitting.
I'm sure they're already chewed through enough material. They're going to start going through the esoteric stuff. So, I mean,
Eventually.
I know, well, because I know there's people who are trying to get their stuff in there because they think there's going to be a payout someday, and I'm just like,
yeah, there's a lot of people. One of the good things about being
if famous people got so little money,
even a little bit below the esoteric stuff,
yeah,
is first they have to go through all of the big name people who are basically just playing games and doing the exact same thing. There's all those stream things going on, and I don't know why people think that they're a big deal. Like that's something I don't understand.
I don't. Okay, what do you mean in this context when you say a big deal? The scraping or the
when people play games,
right?
And it's basically the same. One game, the game is the same as somebody else playing the same game.
Right.
Like there is no real difference. The games are all the same. They're played the same way. It's as new as the game just coming out.
Okay. Can I say it? Or no,
yeah.
Finish what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Okay. So, there are thousands of videos, and more popular than me, obviously.
It's obviously not what this is about. So just finish what you're saying.
I'm more popular than me. So, when the scrapers when the AI scrapes for like what they want to freaking take, they're going to be eventually taking the gameplay and putting that up if they haven't already.
There's been lawsuits, yes.
And I just laugh at that whole thing because it's just like somebody like now you're just basically copying what is literally identical to somebody else playing it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Wait, so you're saying in your mind it's bad enough that everybody's playing the same game, but now AI is trying to create something that's playing the same game,
right?
And what a waste to compute. Yeah.
It has to go through, but it's not like, oh, this is like a small niche. I mean, Twitch itself that's its entire platform.
Yeah.
It's all gameplay.
Well, technically no, but that is the bulk of it. That is what it's known for. Some people have managed to have their little niche things that are not,
Yeah. It's all, it for the most part. Even with my little bit of art thing that I do, and some other people with their little bit of art thing that they do, comparatively, I can name one game that basically just like takes all of that away.
Yeah.
One game.
Yeah. But
and even I play it.
Okay, what is the point you're trying to make?
We were talking about like AI freaking touching it, and it's just like what I do, AI can't replicate.
Well,
I mean, it can copy it and spew out the exact same thing, which is what the game.
But that's the problem. Is
what I feel about games.
That's not what they have been trying to achieve, which is why all the jokes about the piss brown cartoons and all the other things. Because the problem is they have not yet succeeded that I am aware of, and I am not. I have a few friends that are involved in all kinds of different layers of good and bad of the AI whatever's, but they, unless somebody isn't saying the quiet part out loud, which is why the hell would we want to replicate human thought? If they really are trying to create a different intelligence variance,
Hmm.
and I'm not making a Terminator joke when I say that. I'm just saying that they are not trying to do what they originally said they were setting out to do, which is that they could do anything a human could do. That was what the original goal was supposed to be, that we don't need to be using humans to do these things because
Right.
computers can do it. Instead, they still have failed to create anything new.
Right.
And that's part of the problem, is because they are only teaching on finished works. It was one of the really interesting discussions that I've seen come up more than once, especially amongst educators and people who write papers and stuff like that, where writing skills were already taking a hit during the pandemic because of schooling changes and everything else. And now, because so many people with more money than sense are trying to pay schools now, including teaching colleges, you don't need to learn these things on your own. Just use AI. And
They're definitely doing that.
Yeah, and the problem with it that everybody's starting to realize is that you lose both the rote memory aspect of how humans learn and deduce and extrapolate, and instead they can't what is the come on, brain, I hate fog. They're missing the in-between place where you watch a bird fly, you watch a dragonfly fly, and you understand that there are certain principles that are the same and there are certain principles that are not. Because you did not observe it yourself. You just were told, this is how a bird flies, this is how a dragonfly flies. You did not see the conditions, you did not see the density or whatever factors that our human brain over time has made whatever neural pathways that say, oh, this wing is different than this wing, and that's why in these conditions this wing is better and this wing is not. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the deduction is at the end of the day.
Right. And that's why with the dragonfly wing, they can hover and they can stop and they
And there are birds. There's even moths. Moths can hover because we have hummingbird moths. That's why they're called that, because they look like the way that hummingbirds fly, because they are. But the idea is that when you are not, you don't learn it. And even if you read that same sentence 40 times, you will not have the collective experience of things that you don't even understand what you took away from the observation. How cold was the air? How, you know what I mean? Like, all those things, they're not always intuitive. And the problem that they're having with AI is that AI will never be intuitive because they only are a single processor.
Somebody did a really funny art piece about AI, and you know the Jetsons.
Yeah.
You know the Jetsons maid is Rosie.
Yes.
And what they had was Rosie painting and George vacuuming. And they said, this is what AI has done. And I laughed at that, but I was like going, yeah, that's the work that I would want the AI to be doing.
Yeah.
That they should be creating it for, and that it absolutely can do.
Yeah.
There is no question about there is no question about it can actually do cleaning. It can actually make sure that everything looks exactly the same as it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Every single time. There's no question about it. That's AI. That's an AI level task.
Yes.
That can be done. Do they create that? Do they create the task that can get, the house cleaning done with the Roombas and the freaking this and all the things that can be robotic, that can be controlled by AI? No. Instead, what they do is they take the creative shit that me as a creative go, I can do that.
Yeah.
They tell non-creative people or people who doubt. It's really what it boils down to is people who doubt their creativity. They say we'll do it for you.
Well, it's not just that.
And now they still don't see themselves as creative, even if they consider themselves an AI artist.
Okay, I see the direction you're going. All right. Yeah. All right, I'll give you that. But to me, the more fascinating thing is that there are all these gaps. And because of it, they're collectively dumbing down humans that are having this stuff foisted upon them. And it's also the colossal waste of time. One of the things I noticed today that went through one of my feeds was they were talking about, and I've had this problem because the cheaper computer that we bought as the emergency, it keeps getting cluttered by Microsoft's garbage in the background. So I have to clear all the cookies and everything else, and then within 24 hours, the computer's just as unusable. I mean, like, who is that helping? They're not making any more money. And how much money can you have? I mean, it just makes no sense to me.
And calling it AI is a misnomer also.
Well, and that was one of the arguments that I got into with somebody, because I was like, there's LLMs, there's AI. There are like 15 different kinds of ways computers can be taught to think. The problem is, as usual, they let the marketing people decide. And this is what happens when you let marketing people label things. It's never what they say it is.
No.
Oh my heavens.
But where we are with AI,
yeah,
when they were talking about what it was going to do, I was kind of on board. I liked the idea that it could go through somebody's body who has cancer, especially like leukemia or something where the cancer can be anywhere in the body.
Yeah.
There, and it could tag all of the cells, the cancerous cells. It could just go through the human body and tag all the cells, and not for it to destroy the cancer, but to train.
Yeah.
The white blood cells.
This is what to look for, yeah.
The white blood cells to attack it and attack it viciously, so you don't have to do chemotherapy.
Yeah, you don't have to.
When somebody was introducing that whole idea, I'm like going,
"That's
my
amazing!" Yeah.
My God, AI is going to be where humanity is going to want to be.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm not kidding.
I know.
They basically said, "Huh. We're not even going to attempt that aspect of it."
Oh, yeah.
They haven't even started on that.
I know.
They haven't even started doing mapping for cancerous cells, which I'm like going, like, that's where you should be.
We're not going to, because we're not taking that way. Like, you are reading the wrong sources, but the AI that we're bemoaning, yeah, they're never going to be doing that stuff, because that's just freaking marketing. It's .com crap.
They're taking
steroids.
But the ones that I'm bemoaning is
I know.
taking all of the money.
Yeah, and that was what I was getting to, is that it is a tragedy of the commons, because all the tech bros can't even see past their own nose, because they're just having this ridiculous class war with themselves. And who cares? Except for the fact that they're destroying things faster for the rest of us. And that's what drives me crazy.
Yeah, when it crashes,
it's already crashing. And it's not even because of the data centers. They can't even get out of their own way. And they have pissed off so many people. I saw an article today, I can't remember if it was on Slashdot or TechDot or TechDirt or whatever it was. The biggest complaint from people right now is they are sick of turning off AI summations.
Yeah.
Who's paying for it? Not us. We're losing time. I mean, I'm getting to the point that I just want to start tallying how much time I waste because of intrusive AI garbage that I never asked for, never wanted, and is not helping me even when I let it try. And I just want to be like, pay me. Hi, woo. Anyway. Why are you laughing now?
Because I hate AI so
Well,
much.
I just feel bad because they had this wonderful label and they decided to make it a turd.
Well, yeah, they literally said, Steven Spielberg made a really great movie about AI, and we're going to use it because everybody's used to artificial intelligence. Why don't we just slap that on everything? And it's like going.
I know. Like I said, it's always marketing idiots. Always.
I mean, we're doing a video on YouTube. YouTube still has not acknowledged that what it uses, because it's the algorithm.
Yeah.
The algorithm is an AI. It was an early form AI, and they have advanced it to the AI what we know as AI today.
Mm-hmm.
It's advanced into that. They still don't call it AI.
Yeah.
It's still known as the algorithm. And I'm laughing because I'm like going, well, that really does fit what it does better.
And that's part of the problem too, is that, and I just realized this is American of me, whatever, but is everybody calling it AI now? Or do other countries have other languages for it?
Everybody's calling it AI, even if they don't have the, around the world, it's all called AI. Even if it's not considered...
It's translated differently.
Well, like in Japan, it's not artificial intelligence.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they using better acronyms than we are?
It is called... In Japan, it is actually called AI, but it's not called artificial intelligence.
Right.
It's just called AI.
So it's a nickname. They're using it like a nickname.
The word AI is
just Japanese, an identifier. Okay.
Is the Japanese word for it. It does not mean artificial intelligence.
Okay, that's what I'm asking because you know me.
I don't know. I don't remember what the.
It doesn't matter. I just wondered because thanks to British colonialism, so many English has replaced French as the business language. People forget that. And even before French, there were other languages. There's a whole history of other languages that were the dominant language if you wanted to trade.
Well, I mean, if you really want the dominant language, it would be Mandalorian.
Man, I knew you were going to do
Mandarin.
that. You keep talking about that movie. Yes and no.
Because this is the way.
This is the way. But,
Mandarin.
Yeah. So... At any rate, one of the groups that I really miss, but they wouldn't leave Discord because they were another, it'll never happen. Okay, kids. You're all how old? You've seen how many tech boom busts? And you all did the, why didn't anybody warn me? Like, I just... I weep for Cassandra. That's all I'm going to say.
Who's Cassandra? I don't know that expression.
I'm not going to do it on here. I'll later.
You tell me later? Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Haha, you guys don't get it.
Because I don't want a whole bunch of scholars later coming back and being like, that's actually, yeah, we're going to do that. As it is, I'm worried that some of the IT kids are going to come in and be like, actually.
This is not how AI really works. AI works like this. Fuck you.
I understand what an acronym for that really, blah, 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 but I have never understood. And it's why I always say this is why violence is you know, rape and everything else culture, whatever. But if you hate somebody so much, why?
Or why are you saying fuck you?
Yes! This is never... I mean, like, yes, I understand power structures. I understand all that garbage. But just, of all the things to say, it's like saying, I hope you find an orgasm in life. I mean, like, who would wish their enemies well?
It's not... Well, what it means is like...
Don't give me etymology lessons, because I will wipe the floor with you.
I'm a man, and it's time to mansplain.
Did anybody ever do a mansplaining, like, series?
They might have.
Oh my gosh.
Probably wouldn't last.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but all the people who have ever been mansplained by complete idiots, we would watch that and just be like, yeah, I met somebody like that once. They'd literally be doing, like, tally counts about how many different variations of mansplaining
I would love for,
happened.
like, a talk show or a chat thing or whatever, like, you know, whatever they call them. And all of a sudden, this guy just drops out of the ceiling.
Well, actually,
time to mansplain. What's really going on?
there are some things that really used to do.
I would be on the floor laughing so hard. I don't care what they say. I would just be laughing so hard at that. Time to mansplain.
Yeah, but
because this is America.
Fuck yeah, America. What was the? Oh, I just got distracted. I forgot what my brain was like. Wait, there was this thing. Wait, I just realized we haven't heard the landscaper in like a while.
We haven't.
Oh, could have opened the window.
So one of the things that we're mansplaining, for me to mansplain my mansplaining.
Doubling down.
Let me double down on the mansplain. One of the reasons that I tend to like go into like where things are is because I'm a lot of times I'm trying to fit the pieces together and I don't know how they fit. So I'm working it out verbally and hoping that somebody was going to help me with the pieces that are kind of floating like this.
You mean like when somebody says, oh no, not now, this is no, I just told you, and then they tell you the other pieces and then you can shut up. Yeah, yes.
I like that. So that's the reason why I mansplain all the time.
I still think it's a habit you desperately need to break. Anyway, and I know you grew up with lots of brothers.
But I've also grown up with the, like, when an idea is freaking stuck in my head, I can't think about other things.
But that's why
I have to get it out.
Like, why does it need to come out splainy?
Because I think the reason why I do this splainy type of talk is because I've been challenged.
I'm trying to be cute. I know I failed. Go ahead.
I think I get challenged the most when I do that. When I basically...
Okay, when you say challenged, do you mean people go, I'm gonna let you finish, but...
Nah.
So what do you mean by challenged?
You had a great album, but Beyonce had the best album of the year. What I mean by challenging is that
yes,
when I don't do the splainy thing, especially like if I don't put myself up as this is the authority on it, people tend to basically just stomp it. They tend to stop me instead of like basically
what
trying
you're saying,
to like
instead of doing the humble pie clarity option,
right?
Everybody just kicks you in the nuts because that's what a real man would do.
No, they don't kick me in the nuts. They basically are like going, wait a second here, brother.
considering how little I watch that stuff, why do I know all of them?
Oh yeah. But instead of doing that whole like but
Clarification, whatever.
if I do the humble pie thing, I always feel like I'm just being dismissed without explanation. But if I stand up for my point of view,
Oh, that is so yuck.
yeah, it is. And I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Not fast enough.
I'm working on it.
I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, when you got half a century of freaking of that going on, I'm working on it.
Oh, brother. Look at him. He's just so happy staring out the window. You know what I really like about being here, and it's so typical of me?
What's that?
You're not, like, trying to do all the dumb, stupid things you've been trained to do on Twitch. Oh, I gotta catch a ball. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that.
Oh. Yeah, where are my Pokeballs? How we gonna raid? We can't raid now.
I just...
No raid. I'm all upset. I can't raid.
I mean, I see the fun aspect of raids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just it just is more popularity crowd, baloney.
Right. There's a lot of and a lot of it is kind of clout chasey.
Well, the whole it's the entertainment industry. Hello, I mean it's just a new variant, even though now it's not even new. It's ancient to some people now.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you somebody? I never did the poke thing, you know that. In any variation, because I was like, I get the notion, yes, it did help some people get out of the house, blah, blah, blah. Somebody had posted somewhere that one time, I don't even know how this works, so I'm just basically saying what I read. They apparently, I guess you can only have so many things in your pen or something on the mobile version or whatever. I don't know what it is. But they dumped something in some rando place they were at one time. And they realized, like, years later or months later, that the thing is still sitting there. All this time.
I have videos that I was like, let me edit this real quickly. And it's still there 5 years later.
What's still there?
Later. The video. That I was like going, YouTube decided it was going to go from where you can just run the streams forever to where you can only have 12-hour streams. Well, I got a 12-hour 2-minute stream. I have to now divide in half, so I got to split them up into have a part 1 and part 2. Our first 2 beans literally over by seconds, and
we went that long the first.
Yeah, our first stream was over 12 hours long.
Did we watch stuff? Is that what it was, or we were playing stuff?
We were just goofing around.
Huh?
2 beans and a mic. 12-hour video.
It wasn't a watch party or anything like that?
Nope.
Huh. Who knew? Anyway.
We did 2 beans on a movie and 2 beans in a Matrix Revolution, and
I'll look at the list later. I think that's the funniest thing too, is like the older I get, the more I understand people going, oh, I still haven't done this, or oh, I still haven't done that. And I'm just like, I'm now getting to the point where I'm like, can we just get this one thing done sometime? Because we keep making plans for stuff and then something else blows up, and I'm not talking about stuff outside of our social circles, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that, like, because, like, the extra shift stuff, and then, like, because everything trickles down. And that was one of the things that, I forget who I was talking to recently about this kind of thing is that like they never. When we moved here, we had all these plans for the house and everything else. I'll just keep it to stuff that's relevant to us. So when we moved here, we had all these plans and we were going to do all these things and we started doing crazy stuff and I was doing the, oh, I could finally grow food again and blah, 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 blah. And I'm really going to be able to grow food. It's not like just like the landlord's going to say, no, you can't have a thing of tomatoes or whatever on the, the porch or whatever.
Right.
And, then,
fucking hate landlords.
And
we've had some nice landlords.
I know.
And we've had some really crappy landlords, but all of them is one collective. It's just like I do not like landlords.
Yeah, and
even the really nice ones.
Well, it's the fact that they're necessary is its own thing, which is a discussion for not today. But the point was, so we came here, we had all these ideas, and I knew, you. To your credit, were very clear about what you were never going to do here. Do you have to go somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta go.
You're gonna take. I'm gonna sneeze.
You sneeze, I sneeze.
Because the window's open. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Well, he's gone. I'm gonna tell you a story. How much detail can I tell you? Long story short, let's just say that somebody started a project at the house to the west. Anybody who knows things about weather, where we live, westerly winds are the norm. And the problem is that they were trying to put something into the ground and then later decided, no, this wasn't a good idea because they didn't know about how many rocks in this area. And they didn't want to do the extra work or the expense, which, trust me, I understand. So they just put it all back. That's the short form without putting any details that people can get mad about. Well, the problem is, if you know nothing about soil and where things layer over time through detritus and so forth, is that this is, for our country, this is a fairly older neighborhood. We're not some new, newly raised HOA forest, thing, whatever. And so there was a seed bank, and of course, because we didn't know better, supposedly, and all the other, ladies' home journals of, you really want to have these plants because that's what the fashionable people have because it costs a lot of money to get them here to the United States. And so there's this seed bank of all of these plants that are horrific for this area, not suited. Many of them are what's known now as thugs and invasives and...
Yay, thugs and invasives.
Yeah, so I was telling a story that you would never tell, so, because you were gone. Now, last year, the signs were already starting to show that this seed bank had indeed been unearthed, and things were starting to say, woo, sunlight! Time to grow! And we have the most horrific... everything growing because of that now, and I can't keep up. And the irony is that the folks that are currently living there are never here because they travel a lot with work and stuff. And it's going to take a long time to get rid of all this stuff that got dredged back up. After what was the It Came from the Deep or whatever it was the one horror movie when we were younger?
I think so.
Yeah, it's something like that. So I just yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just, there are days when I just despair and then I don't do anything, which is the worst thing you can do because I have so much work to do. So much. And yes, I do it because I enjoy it. Except when I'm now taming things that should have never been in there in the first place. Not your hobby. That one's mine.
Yeah.
Because I like rewilding.
My hobby
What's your hobby? You have a million too. We both have too many hobbies. That's part of the problem. That's why we never have time to get anything finished.
Well, it was kind of funny because um, I've been in. I feel like I get into discussions with people who basically are like, what is it, cock of the walk?
Wait, what of the
What is
walk?
it called? Cock of the walk? When they basically like strut around like they know everything and they basically.
I've never heard an expression that I can remember, but I have perimenopausal brain fog, so I'm sorry.
So basically they're saying all this basic bullshit, and I'm like no, that doesn't really work that way.
Full expertise? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. How old are you? Like. Are you like 90? You were not around in the 60s, were you?
All right, you have completely lost me with where this is going.
So,
you're saying that people who are too young to know better are doing the back in my day.
Yes.
Okay, that's what it is. I did not know it was called cock of the walk. That's a new one to me.
Cock of the walk is kind of like strutting around, like.
I get the notion, but I've never heard the expression until 5 minutes ago.
I was 0 years old
when I heard that expression. Old. Yeah.
When you heard this expression, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's. An
I think you're saying cocksure. Is that what you're really thinking of?
Cocksure is where cock of the walk comes.
Okay, now.
Cocksure comes from cock of the walk.
All right. To etymology. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right.
I can't. My brain can't rest if I don't look things up.
Okay, you look it up.
Keep talking.
So, I just knew what happened with somebody coming in.
Oh my God, it's really here. Go ahead. 320 entries?
What?
How have I never heard this? 1796?
Yeah, it's not a new expression.
Well, okay. it was to me today. And let me tell you, brain fog, I usually can tell when it's something I knew before. Not this one.
Not this one. Okay. It's something that I've known my entire life.
Given the crowd you were raised in, I'm not surprised.
Is it from the South?
No. It's from 1790. Well, technically we did. Okay. By 1796 in Gross, who explains it as the leading man in any society or body, the best boxer in a village or district. See cock plus walk, in the sense of place where game cock is kept, 1610s, and no other cock is allowed in.
Yes.
I'm not going there. I think they might take your channel away if I say what I'm thinking right now.
We're talking about roosters.
Yeah, and then they get into an official on these establishments luxuriates in his own high opinion. He measures genius by his own standard. He is the cock of the walk. Whoever comes near is a trespasser and must be punished for his temerity. The Patent Journal and Adventures Magazine, May 22nd, 1847. Thank you. Online.
Yeah.
I am terrified that all the sites I have come to love over the years are going to disappear.
Well, I'm glad it's. You know what? When you said I'm going to look it up, I was like, going, I think it's an old expression.
It's one of the few that you have ever uttered that I was not already familiar with.
Oh, okay.
That's what shocked me. Because you know me. I am a consummate wordsmith. I'm like,
I know. That's why I was like, when you started doing it, I was like, you had to. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, it's your brain.
I've heard
brain fog.
cockwalk. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I've never heard the elongated. And this is why I love the internet. And it drives me crazy that so many people are starting to hate the internet now because of a bunch of idiots who don't even care about fascinating things like this.
Okay.
That said,
so I will do. I'll do what happened. What actually happened to me. So somebody was. I will describe why I was treating him like the cock of the walk.
Okay.
So a person came in and they were talking about cosplay, and I'm like going, I know. I literally was like, I did this whole like, oh, I know cosplay.
Okay.
I'm C-3PO. I
There.
know cosplay all the time.
Okay. That is not what this says.
No, I'm getting to where.
Okay. The point. Please
So
make it.
what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like talking about cosplay and how he is like a professional cosplayer, and I'm like going, wow, I was like, I even know professionals. Blah, and so I haven't even like responded. I'm just like reading this whole thing.
The diatribe, yes.
Because he's getting into this whole deal, and then he's like, I got a picture of myself.
Oh no.
So he submits this picture, and to make a long story short, because I don't want to like spend time like talking around it, he was doing Matt Murdock, out of with the sunglasses on and the walking stick, so not Daredevil, the Matt Murdock aspect of it, and he looked.
Yeah, that whole alter ego label always sent backwards. But go ahead.
And he looked awesome.
Okay.
Here's the problem.
It wasn't him.
Well, it couldn't be him unless he was like 14 years old when he did the picture, and he looked like he was almost in his 30s. You and I were at Comic-Con
Yes.
that year.
Was this the one in San Diego? Or
Yes.
Okay.
We met him.
The imposter or the actual picture?
Person who was wearing that outfit.
Okay, you don't have to get louder. I know you're getting excited.
So that's 20 years ago.
If it was California, yeah. No, not quite. At least 15, yes. At least.
Okay.
Now, at this point.
Okay.
2004. Maybe, yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Before we actually
I can't do the math today because I didn't get the right sleep.
Maybe it was 2003. Either way, 20 years ago. So now he's 20 years older than he was in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like this. He went so far with the lie.
Oh,
I guess this is why I called him a cock on the walk. He went so far with the lie.
But it's not the same thing. So go ahead.
He dismissed me.
Of course, because now he's been caught. Oh, I hate this.
I'm another cock entering the arena. So he dismissed me. I got completely dismissed by it, and I was just like, whatever. And he just literally just went this whole freaking thing.
Oh, God.
And of course, people were like complimenting him because like
they think he's them.
He looks great. He looks like I can't think of the actor's name who plays him on the TV show, and this was before the TV show. This was when Iron Man came out.
Where was it? Okay, you didn't want to say. Never mind. It doesn't matter anyway because I wasn't there, and it doesn't matter. So what ultimately happened?
So, what ultimately happened is like he felt he got away with it.
Okay.
Which is the reason why I called it that. But in the end, so now we go to like now 6 months, 7 months later after that whole thing, and so
that was his crow, and people didn't realize that he hadn't earned it. Is what you're saying? All right, now I understand. Sorry, slow today.
At one point, he kind of like lost his mind.
Okay.
To the VTuber that he was trying to like impress, and now the impressions didn't. He could not impress her. He could not use. He had no more things to impress her.
Oh, he ran out of steam.
And so he basically just lost his mind, and then
no.
he had to get banned and everything like that. And the VTuber asked her, like, going, "Why didn't anybody warn me about this was going on?" And I said, "I did."
And everybody.
Because the person he said he was.
It's still getting louder.
Oh.
The person he.
Because the person he said
It's the small room and my ears hurt.
All right. Because the person he said he was
Isn't.
not the person he was.
Yes.
So it was like one lie, and then the things that he was saying.
He doubled down. Yes.
You know, when I would talk to him about doing the Gentleman Moon Night, because that's what we talked about at Comic-Con, which that person actually did. I just never saw it.
Yes.
Because I had to go find that person and find the Moon Knight outfit that he made a few years later. I think it was right before we left California.
Okay. You know me and numbers, so.
And yeah, so and the person claimed that he didn't. And like literally, I was just like going. It just like all I can say is
doubling. Yeah, just continuous doubling.
All he did was he tried to make it seem like I'm not who I say I am.
I know. I hate when that happens. For both of us.
And there were people on his side.
Well, and that's
and I can't. I'm not gonna
I know
fight
you're
you
not. I know it's not worth it because they're whatever that coffee clutch is. It's already in stone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you on it. I'm gonna just basically say what I know, and then I'm going to end it.
Yeah. Well, it was like that one time because I did used to booth babe way back when, and I found out about the one comic book convention that we were living near by the time, and when I was talking to the event runner, he wanted me to dress up, and I said, "Oh, how big's your security team?" And he says, "Security? Why would we need security?" I was like, "Tell me you've never been to a con with booth babes without telling me you've never been to a con with booth babes. Somebody always gets handsy." And he's like, "Oh, it's just a small con." I said, "I'm not coming dressed if I go at all now."
Yeah.
Because they don't understand.
No.
The number of people that don't understand how things work is just, it's like, and then after you tell them, and what you predicted happened, they all come back to you and say, "Oh, I didn't know. I really didn't think this was going to happen. I'm so tired of that." It's why I stopped doing stuff, because I got tired of getting apologized to after the fact.
Comic-Con had better security before it got big.
Well, that's true, but because those of us who know, because you weren't part of that particular conversation on Blue Sky, we were talking about the sci-fi convention nonsense. I don't remember how many months ago, again, it was. And all of the dudes who came in and said, "That never happened." And we're like, "Oh, I'm so glad for you."
What? Like what happened with
all the sexual harassment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely horrible.
It was to be expected. Why do we complain?
The sad thing is I did not like stomping people.
I know.
Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I've never stomped a person, but when you have to basically pull somebody away and literally lead them out of a convention, I consider that stomping.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't. It's no fun.
Well, it's one of the reasons
I had to do it a lot.
I know. It's one of the reasons you stopped doing fan security. Back in the day, before you were doing tables yourself.
I had to do it a lot.
Yeah.
The good or bad news about it is a lot of people I worked with relished it.
Of course.
They were waiting for it to happen.
Because they wanted to be the hero.
And not only the hero, they wanted to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And they wanted to hurt somebody badly. Which is one of the reasons why, and I hate to say it, when people did things, they did things around me. And I'm like going, don't do it around me because you are going to get hurt because everybody knows to look at me.
Yeah, I know.
because they're just waiting for somebody to step out of line.
Yeah.
And if I'm leading you by the arm out, they're going to be grabbing the other arm. And
Just because, and they're not going to do it right. Yeah.
And you're not going to like it.
And that's one of the other things.
Because they're going to send me back in.
Yeah. And there's so many... Okay, we haven't really been to cons for a while because our schedules have changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't speak to the last 5 years at least. Probably closer to 15 at this point.
15 years is probably
It's the last time we went to anything big. Well, actually, we've been here less than 15 years. So technically we did go to one of the smaller... Two, actually, because we went to one in New York City and we went to one in Boston. We drove up one time because, remember, I sponsored the guy's comic. And I was a supporter instead of a booth babe. It was so awesome. And
you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Yeah. But anyway, so, I mean, it has been a while, but it's just... because of some of the crowds that I still, talk to and stuff like that, like, some things have gotten better, which is heartening to hear, but the joke is, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I'm old and nobody, nobody wants to put me in a costume anymore, because I wouldn't be able to deal with it. I'd be punching people out.
Well, you got old, I got fat. How'd that work?
Cellular breakdown. How does it work? But I mean, that was the kind of the joke about it when we were talking about, retirement and just starting to do shows again just for the hey ho, not like me as booth babe. I just want to make that clear in case anybody's like, but you're supposed to be old now. Yes, I am, and I'm not one of those ones who will continue to dress up. I will just have fun.
The sad thing about it is when that person showed the picture.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, what a kind and, gentle person that they were.
The actual person we met, yeah.
And how they wanted my autograph.
I know.
And everything. Like, I just remember like that. And I was just like, this is, like, the most amazing thing in the world. Yeah. And here I am thinking, like, going, oh, after 20 years... I'm reconnecting to this person.
Who was so awesome to meet, and yeah.
And then it turns out when he told me his age, because...
Yeah, that was the dead giveaway.
They weren't even 30 years old.
Yeah, there's no way.
So they were 20, I think they said they were 28 years old. So...
Oh my gosh, yeah, no.
28 years old?
No.
And I was like going...
No.
Yeah.
Math class is tough.
Yeah, it can't... There is no way with the full beard that you had.
I know, yeah, there's no...
And yes, it was trimmed and everything like that, yeah, but it was the Matt Murdock freaking scrub beard.
Yeah.
Which I can almost say that Marvel saw him, and that's how they hired for Matt Murdock Daredevil, as opposed to the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Yeah. But people do that crap all the time because they think it's going to get them something. You know what I mean? Like, do you know who I am? I heard that.
Kind of did that.
But you know what I'm saying, like, as far as the cons go. I've had so many people try to bluster their way through, a line. I've seen it so many times, and it's like, you just look like a loser. You're wasting everybody's time. There are people who have been here since the ass clack, of morning, and you're trying to get ahead of them because do you know who I am? Yeah, I know who you are. You're the person who security's coming to get rid of.
Yeah, and here's the sad thing about it all is they met me in the Hellboy Hell Kurgan outfit.
Oh my gosh, it was that year. I forgot. I loved you in that. Oh.
And I made the comment. I was like you're going to really kick yourself when you figure out who I am, because I never said who I was.
Yeah, I remember.
And and I was hoping that he would try to do the guess game because I was leaving clues by the things that he
He
said.
said, yeah.
And I was just like waiting for him to happen. That's why I even know about the Moon Knight thing, because that's one of the things we talked
It's
about.
about, yeah.
Was him doing Gentleman Moon Knight, and he was just like I'm like going, you don't understand, like that's.
Yeah, I know.
I think the guy's name was Charlie Cox. Is the one who played Matt Murdock, a Daredevil, in the Netflix series.
I am terrible with names, so we would have to look it up, and I'm not doing it right now. But I just...
Which I think is funny, because now that I think of it, because I'm using Cock on the Walk, and I think his name is Cox.
Maybe that's where you're getting it from. Yeah, because like I said, what you're describing and what this actually means are not the same thing.
he was strutting.
Oh, he can strut all he wants, but that doesn't mean
he was strutting his stuff, and he was
okay.
to be the only person.
Listen to me, because I'm not going to say this again.
Okay.
Next time, I'm just going to hurt you. It is someone who actually is the person.
Oh. They're not the strutter.
They strut because they are the go-to guy. It is the... What is the name of that annoying character in The Beauty and the Beast?
Gaston?
Yes, it's Gaston.
Yes. The guy's name is Charlie Cox.
The actor.
The actor's name.
Yeah.
Who played Daredevil on the Netflix series.
Yeah, so because you've always been better with names than me.
And I mean, and that type of beard that you see that he has.
Yeah.
That's what he was having
at the time, yeah.
Yeah, so, and the series came out in 2015.
Yeah, it is quite literally the leading man in the village. It's the go-to guy. They're not always the nice guy, but that's the one. Mm. He was pretending to be the cock of the walk, but he was not.
Yeah, but he was not. Okay.
Yes.
He was strutting like he was the cock of the walk, but he really wasn't. Okay. Yes. I got.
He was posturing.
Yeah, he was posturing like the cock of the walk. Can we say cock of the walk one more time? Yes, we can.
I was trying to explain to somebody the other day, literally an internet stranger, and I understand that a lot of people always try to puff themselves up on the internet now, and I was explaining to them that when I first met you, I thought every third thing you told me about yourself was a complete friggin' lie. And because it just sounded so outrageous. And then over time, as we met the people involved, it's one of those things where, I grew up in a place where meeting the guy who played Jaws in the James Bond movie in a bar because my mother had sent me in to sell Girl Scout cookies. Huh? But that's like the most exciting story I had for years, and but see,
But you met the Aquaman artist.
Okay. Since I was a child selling Girl Scout cookies in bars, yes, a lot has changed in my life. But
I never met the Aquaman artist.
But the point I'm trying to make is, like, it was what made me love you more. Because it was all true.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't just trying to be, do you know who I am? Because those are the people that make me want to punch them right in the nose and say, a loser who just let, some stranger knock him out. Oh my gosh. But, do I miss a lot of those crazy adventures that we had? Yes. But we both were getting so tired being poor because, we
were definitely not getting rich.
We definitely were not getting rich during a lot of that stuff. But, oh God, with the stories we have.
Having the mentor that I had.
Yeah. Being able to work with them.
Is
both of us in different ways, but yes.
um, of all the stories that I've said,
Mm-hmm.
knowing you, meeting them,
Mm.
and having the opportunity to basically learn from, one of my childhood idols.
Yeah. For you, yeah. I mean, I had different hobbies for a while, and then I kind of caught up to other stuff because you got to remember, I was told you're not supposed to be interested in that stuff.
And
The whole life, still get it.
who I, if there was ever a coming home,
Yeah.
that was it. And I have to say,
I don't regret going out there.
if it wasn't for him,
Mm-hmm.
the hell no. Leaving, what we were building here on the East Coast
Oh yeah.
to give that up
To go have that opportunity, I wouldn't. There was no.
if he was not part of the equation, no matter how many job offers they offered, I would just come out. I would go to the West Coast.
Yeah, do a
and
gig
work
and
for
come
3
home.
months or something
Yeah,
like that,
and come back.
and then come back. I would have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I did that with the editing of the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could have easily come back. We didn't have to.
And
I
people
didn't
were
have to
already
stay.
doing that stuff remote too. I mean, that was the joke.
Yeah, I didn't have to stay.
Well, that's one of the funny things too. Is like when I tell people about us going to the left coast, they're like, "Oh, you want to be an actor?" I'm a techie. No, I never, ever, ever, ever wanted that. I did not go out there thinking I was going to be the next whatever circus queen.
I was
thinking
I was going to be a cameraman, a writer, and a producer director.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I was thinking I was going to be a part of.
And you did do a lot of that.
I did.
But yes, because of what happened while we were out there and the way everybody treated us after it happened, why stay? And you know
once
what?
my mentor was gone, there was literally, I could not think of another reason to stay.
Yeah. And
fight for what?
I know, right?
Scraps?
Yeah, and that was the thing that people didn't understand. I was like, we didn't come here because we needed the work. Like, that's the thing people didn't understand. They thought we came with hat in hand. And I said, yeah, it did cost us to come out here. It's not like we were billionaires or something. Back then people were still using millionaires. And it just, I will never understand that, why people were like, what do you mean you're going back? It's like, we came here to work with them. What is so hard to understand about that? There's the other person that you wanted to work with had already passed.
Yeah, passed literally as soon as I got out there.
I know. That still kills me. We only met him. I know. What a confluence of events, right? Is that what it probably is? I think so. I hope I get my brain back before I die.
The way it should have worked out.
I know the story.
Yeah, I know. But they don't.
But they're gonna want names, so let's just drop it.
But yeah, California was amazing and scary and horrible and fun anecdote at parties.
Yeah.
That it was.
And that was after I met you, so I know all those stories are true.
Yes.
And as much heartbreak that happened because I foolishly let other people tag along. On my half of things. I'm glad it went down the way it did. Because we found out sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And Lacey, if you recognize my voice, and somehow you hear this someday, you were right. You were right. You were right. I should have listened to you before.
Yeah.
Sometimes we judge wrong.
Yes. Yes. Opportunity, confusion. They took advantage of all of that.
Yeah. But I still don't regret it. We had struggles because of that after. But I do not regret the memories and the experiences.
Yeah.
When I told people that some of the stuff that we've done out there, they're like, no. And it was really funny because of things like Wayback Machine and stuff like that. I was able to show them. Because some of it's still, well, it was the last time I checked. Who knows whether it made the latest purge, but I was kind of shocked some of the old sites are still out there. So you can see some of the goofball stuff we did.
When I tell people that I've done animation, and they think that it's this whole like I was part of the creative team and working with this and maybe even working with the voice actors and stuff like that. And it's like going, I didn't want to. I sometimes don't have the heart to tell them like going, listen, they loved how I drew, and then they literally stuck me in a room.
Yep.
With a light box.
Yeah.
And
flip.
All I was doing was doing a couple lines.
Yep.
And then they gave me another cell.
Yep.
On my light box.
Yep.
And.
Yep.
I had to make it go from here to here.
Yeah.
And that's where I was doing it.
Yep. This thing had to. This finger had to start up here and end down there.
And. Yeah. So,
I told you about my drawing teacher at my undergrad, right? You'll never make a living at this. You're too damn slow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What a lot of people don't realize is that when you go to 15 frames per second, FPS.
Hey, now we know what that acronym means.
When you go to 15 frames per second, which a regular movie or film and stuff like that is 30, to depending on like IMAX will run 60 frames. We'll run 60 frames per second, with it being slowed down.
Things you never thought were going to come into this bizarre little video that you stumbled upon later.
But 15 frames per second is the typical animation. Now the way they do that is they say we want to have this character, and they draw them. Yeah. Going from this point to this point.
Yeah.
In 1 second.
Yeah.
So they do every 1 second frame.
Yep.
All the way through. And then what they do, they give it to freaking idiots like me.
Yep.
And they say, draw the picture between this. And so you draw it and everything like that, and you send it off, and it goes to approval.
Yep.
Well, while it's going to approval, they give you another one to draw.
Yep.
You have no idea where in the
fits.
Where the 15 frames that you're now 14 frames that need to be drawn. You would have no idea where in the 14 frames that you are. You just know that you have to draw from this thing
to that thing.
You're drawing the middle freaking frame from this, and you sit there and you draw it, and once you finish, you say, and it's got to go to approval.
And then you are again. Yeah.
They give you another one, and it could be the same one you just saw because it just got approval and it got looped all the way back around to you.
I just remember it's one of the things that always fascinates me about stories people tell is the details that are things you just don't consider until somebody presents it to you. And I remember trying to explain to somebody once about why theater techs can get asbestosis. And they're like, but you're like not a boomer. You know what I mean? They're like, aren't they the people who were the asbestos generation? I'm like, Oh, so you think that they magically
Cleaned up all the
all the
asbestos
asbestos in the
in the
entire
world.
planet? I said, obviously you never worked at a theater where when you start moving the can lights that haven't been replaced because nobody wanted to give the money to the theater, and all of a sudden you start to see the sparkles in the work lights, and then you know. And they were like, wait, but isn't there like OSHA and stuff? Oh, sure there is. Who's paying for it? Are they just going to shut down the theater because the only lights they have?
Grandfathered.
Yeah, it's grandfathered.
Grandfather. All that freaking asbestos that's in theaters is grandfathered.
Yeah.
If you have to fix it, clean it, they've got water damage,
Yeah.
you have to remove all the asbestos.
Yeah, but like,
you don't remove all of the asbestos in
asbestos?
the place. You just remove the asbestos that got damaged.
Yeah. And then, because I'll just never forget, somebody was like, but why would a theater have asbestos in it? I'm like, how do you think they kept the cable wires from melting when they went electric? We didn't have Kevlar back then. And then you see the light bulb.
Yeah, they put everything in lead and freaking asbestos.
Yeah. Well, because then that was the other joke, too, was like, I was like, how many small theaters who, you know, back in the day, some family who had some scratch to throw at them so they could have an art building named after them in town, you know, what happened afterwards? Who does the upkeep? And then it's like people start to understand. I just saw, speaking of time lapses, because of the heat waves going on right now in Europe, everybody's like, well, why can't you just put in an air con? You know, just put an air con in the window. First of all, our country has to make them. Where are we going to get them? You know, just, houses weren't built that way. But I mean, because look, even we've had that problem because we have a house that's almost a century old now. You know, which still blows my mind, but here we are. And modern day inserts for the windows, the window widths are too wide. So they don't fit around what is supposed to like snugly be between the two plastic strips at the top of the fan or whatever. And I just always laugh about that. Because this, you know, this house was built in 1935 and we bought that fan less than 10 years ago, and it, you know, the windowsill is too thick. The window sash wood. And like people don't understand that because they're like, well, why didn't you just replace it? I'm like, with what, plastic? Why would we do that? The windows work fine. There's ways to, you know, not make them leak so bad because the stuff broke down over time. It's not like now where when you buy these windows, they're out of molded plastic with 3 layers of glass in them. There's no way to fix them. You have to throw them away and buy a whole new one.
Yeah.
And they don't understand what planned obsolescence is, because that is the exact definition of planned obsolescence. What do you look? Can I ask what you're looking up, or is it a secret? You really don't have to tell me.
I'm trying to figure out what. Yeah, it's supposed to be here.
What's supposed to be there?
How much money I've earned on Twitch.
Why do you care?
Because I know that I was like surprisingly close.
How many conversations do we have to have about why are you really doing it? Because you're scratching a creative urge. Yes, the money's nice, but stop chasing it. It's not worth it.
So I haven't broken it yet.
How close are you?
Like $2.
And don't they have like a mandatory reset, which is its own hot load of garbage, so they can keep more money themselves? And then people wonder why he could pay a country to take a bridge down.
You got a lot of money. Ooh.
Dead air is bad for streams. And I'm running out of things to fill with because I have no idea where this is going.
All right, I'm just checking. I'm just sorry. We were talking about the asbestos.
Wait, we were talking about asbestos, so you were checking your Twitch stream? How does that? Because they're both toxic places?
Yes, I think that's probably what my brain went to.
Am I rubbing off on you? Finally? In a bad way?
I have to look it up. I don't know which page it's actually on.
This is why I just am like, can we just enjoy ourselves? I don't care.
But I know that I was like making like almost nothing with the ads, and I didn't realize like I'm literally making almost nothing with the ads.
Well, I am not going to have a conversation we've had and fought over many times right now. Nothing has changed.
No.
Everything is about him. It all goes to him.
All roads lead to Bozos.
Yeah.
Yes. When you're dealing with Twitch, that's the truth.
Which is why I thought we were going to be soon, and you're just still holding out for this last dollar, and I'm just like, whatever. And I'm not saying that YouTube is better. It's just
It's not that I'm holding out for the last dollar. It's that I have one subscriber who came in and they paid their money, and that's
I don't care.
I'm still there.
I've already given you alternatives to the majors, and you keep doing the yeah, I got the pajamas.
I got those pajamas! Wahoo-wahee! Pretty good, eh?
Apparently, you still have not learned the lesson. Observe.
Observe close to class. Boot to the head. Ah, you booted me in the head!
So.
There is.
Uh-oh.
Another boot to the head. That's not the Frantics Taekwondo Leap. That drives me crazy when people talk about it, because
you're expecting something else.
I grew up with the Frantics boot to the head Taekwondo Leap, and then the song, boot to
the head, yeah.
People voting Republican, people smoking in bed.
They all boot to the head.
Boot to the head.
Are we gonna get copyright claim for this? Because I will punch you.
No, we won't. I don't have their music playing.
I thought the one time you were using, like, you were just singing and telling people where to find the karaoke song, and they still dinged you.
No, I had. All right.
No, I don't care.
Yes, I care. I must mansplain.
All right, I'll let you.
It's in the brain right now. I gotta get it out.
I'm going to let you get it out of the brain right now.
Okay.
And I am going to go check something in the other room, which I can only do in the other room.
Okay, you do that.
Hi. Mansplain while I'm gone.
I'm gonna mansplain it. I'm a mansplaining. Yeah. So back in the day, when I got dinged here on YouTube for it was a copyright. That was because I borrowed the music and played the music. And in the middle of doing that, which is I was trying to do the entire Doors discography, and at the end, they 2.5 hours in, they cut it off, claiming that it was a copyright violation. Never apologized for it. and never took it away. So that warning still exists here on YouTube. And the shitty thing about that is that it is because that happened is the reason that I have a Twitch account. I went over a year on YouTube without ever having something like that happen to me. And as soon as I got suspended on Twitch and started doing all my videos and all my experiments here on YouTube, as soon as I did that, that's when they freaking hit me, gave me a warning. My one warning used up. And in the end, I fought it. I had tried to get it like taken off. I tried to get it all like appealed and stuff like that. They did not accept the appeal. They felt that it was a warranted warning, and they're going to keep it, and they're going to keep it for the rest of the time. That was 4 years ago. That was before I had a Twitch account. And yeah, it's really shitty that what had happened is that because I got warning, I was actually thinking about stopping streaming altogether. Because there I got suspended on Twitch, and then I got my first warning for copyright infringement. And I think it's because I was doing it live, and they had no way to monetize it. Is really what it boiled down to. Because I have that whole video up. I have the entire video up. It exists. It's in my discography. And it was a tough pill to swallow. How things played out was just kind of like I was just rolling with it. I changed my I was originally Q Hope here and on Twitch, and I've always just been Q here. And I was a QT on Twitter. But I became I was Q Hope in both places, and because I got rid of the Q Hope account, that's where I came up with Q Bean. And there was 2 other names that were in the interim. And when I was Q Bean and saying goodbye, because I was like going, okay, I had enough fun on Twitch. I had enough fun back on Twitch, saying hi to people and trying to get them to come to my YouTube page.
Did you try to walk across these?
What?
Did you try to walk across these?
Oh, wait, that one?
Yeah.
No.
Then why were they by your desk?
Because you put them right in front of the microphone.
Okay.
And I was thinking that it was kind of like interrupting my speech.
Sure, Jan.
My mansplaining needs no interruptions.
I just did it twice. Oh no, what shall I do? Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
So, yeah. So I created the QBean account, and A wonderful VTuber who was just starting out herself basically said, don't go. And I just kind of like took her advice and I didn't go. And then I made up like little freaking stupid things like if I get 50 followers, which I'm not going to push for, I will stream. If I don't get affiliate in a week after 6 streams, I'm going to stop streaming on Twitch and just be what it's going to be. All that came true. I became an affiliate after streaming for 6 days. And where I'm at is where I'm at.
Is that everything, or are you just?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm done. Whenever you want to rejoin the conversation. And then. No, and then. No, and then.
The good news, if you want to hear it.
I want to hear good news.
All
I
right.
like good news.
Because we forgot to mark which one was which of the 2 barrels.
Okay.
The one that you patched first. I tried the valve to see if it was just frozen, and that's why nothing is in there. But it opened just fine, and it closed just fine, so far. So that one seems to be fine. I still have no idea what I did with the new one. So it must be the one that fortunately I seem to be currently using for easy place to put stuff from the garden that are growing too much. All the stuff, remember that clear path I had when we got the new appliance?
Yeah.
There's milkweed everywhere now. Even though I left some of those rugs down, there's still that one little tiny baby milkweed less than a week ago is now up to my waist. Right in the middle of the path. I am grateful we have milkweed.
You are grateful.
Time, I need more time. She says that she's in here with you.
So the story. Here's a story.
Oh, I thought you were telling another one.
No.
Okay.
I'm done.
Are we talking about the yard? Is that what this?
Nope. You had your story. I have my story. We're all set.
Oh, I should not have opened this.
And that's the way we became the Q Bean Bunch.
The tempo's off, but I'll allow it. So you did your thing and got out of your system?
I'm all mansplained out.
Good. So when you actually did the research and told me when we actually did our first bean.
Yes.
And I forgot it already because
August 26th.
So
2023.
2 months. Almost, I mean, week-wise, it's like, a month and a week or so, but a few weeks. Okay. So
it
are
is
we
exactly 2 months from today.
But the joke is we never did a beaniversary.
Yeah, so
we probably shouldn't break tradition.
This would be our third anniversary, right?
Okay. What year did you say in the first answer?
2023.
And it is now
2026.
4, 5, 6. Did we do anniversary streams these 3 years?
Yes, we did an anniversary stream, but I don't think we did it for the 2 beads.
That was my point. Why do we need to have 2 anniversary whatevers if you already have one for Q?
Because I have 2 for Q, Anyway, I have a Twitch. Actually, I have 3. I still do my freaking Twitter anniversary. Then I do my
Why do you think Bozo
YouTube
needs more money? Come on.
anniversary. Then I do my my Twitch anniversary on the 22nd of June.
Yes, but they're all fine and dandy. We don't need to add a second. You know how I feel about holidays. For the most part, they're just fabricated silliness.
And the 26th is a...
I don't have my calendar with me right now.
pretty good thing. Oh, that's not what I want to do.
It's a pretty good thing as long as you shut the calendar. Yep.
Oh.
It's the 26th today, but it's the wrong month. So if you look at August, the 26th is a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah. We do not need to be doing a beaniversary.
Okay. Which I'm going to be off that day.
Yes. So you're saying we have to because you're going to be off that day? That's the silliest excuse I've ever heard.
Yeah. And I still haven't decided whether I'm going to take off the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th.
Okay, this is not a discussion we need to have right now. Period.
The week.
Yeah. I'm really gonna miss my green screen, but it's gotta go.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, any hoodle doodle. Well, the funny thing is when I say green screen, depending on who's hearing it, if anybody ever does, what do they think of? Because it can be many things. And I'm thinking of 2 right now.
Well, I still, there is still a part of me that hopes
Yes?
that a lot of the people that we met at Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of them were awesome and
Mhm.
incredible and a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, will figure it out and come and say hi. That would be
Okay.
nice.
The chances of that happening are so infinitesimally small.
It is, because most of them are probably not even watching videos or seeing streamers.
Yeah, and there's, you know, here's, all right, I'm gonna play the accessibility card. Do you ever close caption your streams?
Yes,
Do you let them automate it, or do you yourself?
I let them automate it.
Yeah, so they will probably completely misspell everything involved with the
Ha
keywords.
ha!
No, this is important because the title of this stream is,
Colossal Waste of Time.
that's this
Two-
particular 2 beans and a colossal waste of time?
Yeah, 2 beans
Yeah.
and a Colossal Waste of Time.
There's nothing in there about mystery members and Comic-Con or any of the other stuff.
That's because that's a colossal waste of time. I know. The chances that I even have the reach into anybody who is even doing remotely.
Okay, it's
that
not
stuff.
about that. I'm talking about the big tech search engines. They can't even find this.
No.
That's my point, hun. Even if somebody that knew us back when went, that can't be, and starts looking around and sends you a PM,
Hmm.
the odds are so infinitesimally small. If you really wanted them to find you,
They
you
are.
would leave
The
better
tape will not
breadcrumbs.
allow me to fly small.
Yeah. Yeah, you would I'm being honest though. It's so infinitesimally small, it's not even crumbs.
I would say that.
And I understand how awesome it is when people suddenly do the, oh my god, I haven't seen you since what? You know, whatever. But no.
No, and it probably won't happen because, like I said, when that happened and I was so excited,
It
I'm so
wasn't real
happy.
anyway.
It wasn't the person.
Yeah. And that's what I'm afraid of.
And that's what I would get next time.
Yeah. And because, of course, the person would be like, hey.
Somebody's stealing somebody else's identity.
Yeah.
Catfishing. That's what that is.
In a sense,
Not
but...
really cock of the walk. It was catfishing.
Wow. At least they both start with a C. Congratulations.
And the person that they both were impersonating is Charlie Cox. Let's go. Let's be done with this.
Because you're embarrassed now, or because you're just hating the odds?
Uh-oh.
Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, never tell me the odds. The chance of successfully navigating an asteroid field is sometimes 25,000 to 1. Never tell me the odds.
Speaking of cons, have you at least hinted?
No, I have not even hinted.
So, you're making it even harder.
I make it hard. One of them, alright, I will say it this way.
Oh, will you?
The dream. The dream.
Okay, here's a revelation I probably haven't heard. Here.
This is the dream. The dream is that, especially the East Coast cons, that we go to the East Coast cons, and instead of walking around and
so we're not going to talk about a crazy notion that you mentioned the other day that I almost throttled you for?
Which is what?
Involving a vehicle that was going to be our new home, and I said, how are the cats going to not go crazy living in that while you just suddenly decide to just go...
This is the dream.
Yeah.
Forget the RV dream. That dream is... Yeah, you kind of nixed it.
I didn't nix it. I presented
You
evidence...
set it on fire and then exploded it with dynamite.
With reality, yes.
Yes, with reality dynamite. Is to go to the conventions, preferably on the East Coast, but even because I don't really want to fly, and driving is going to be whatever. But
we miss being a cons.
Yes.
That's it. That's the whole story. So I said, why haven't you looked for anything to go to? Even if we don't look to have a table or try to whatever, just go.
I'm telling you the dream, though.
What?
I'm telling you the dream. This is the dream.
Oh, am I pissing on the wrong thing?
You're pissing on the dream. Don't piss on the dream.
I didn't know we were at that stage. Go.
We're in the dream, and part of the dream is that instead of us walking around because we're not spring chickens anymore, I get to sit at a table with my name, with Q being on front of that table.
Oh, you are gonna fork out the money for that.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out. It's also a dream. So
I thought we were just gonna go incognito and see if we could find anybody we knew, and we're like, how have you been? Because we don't really talk to people from the cons anymore.
Yeah. And so...
No, you decided you're going to have 4,000 people walking by going, who the hell is this guy?
Exactly. And I sit there and I can draw beans.
Yes, you can. That part I was 100% on board with.
I could draw beans, and while people come in and they look at my merch and they look at that stuff that I have, and they either buy it or they go, and that's the dream. What do you think of my dream? I know we should probably go to a convention and like sit around in the hallways and stuff like that. And that's where I could draw my beans and stuff like, and do something like that.
Well, all right. I am going to say the exact same thing that I said to you when you first mentioned this, beyond the get rid of the house and live in an RV and just go from con to con to con, which I immediately rejected because of the cats.
Adventure!
Yeah, I love adventures, but they would not like them, and it would be miserable for all of us. Especially with gas prices, because that was actually my big sticking point, was gas prices.
We couldn't get out of the state.
Anyway, I said it would just be nice, because things change. I remember that one time you and I went back to ShoreCon.
Uh-huh.
And you were just like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Like, because so much had been it was not the same.
No.
And I remember when we went to the New York Comic Con, and we did have a good time there, but we also had a good time because we did not have to worry about keeping a schedule.
Yes.
And that's why I said that I would rather go back anonymously, which is quite easy for me, especially because I'm not in any of the videos, face tubing. So just to get a vibe of which shows we even want to go to. And there's so many shows now, like, because back in the day, streaming was just becoming a thing. So they didn't even have streamer conventions.
Back in my day, there were no streamer
Hell, they
conventions.
didn't even they hadn't even started doing the gaming tournaments in Asia yet. I mean the e-games. And that's huge now. The more things change, the more it's the same. Just different.
I blame Faker.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
It's all Faker's fault.
Whoever's fault it is, it doesn't matter. But I think that because we don't know, because it's like like I said, it was like how much StoreCon changed.
He played a game that was called League of Legends, which the acronym for is LOL, so laugh out loud. I mean, come on, okay, it's got to be a joke. No, okay, no.
Right over my head.
No Faker, no Faker.
No Faker. So anyway, the point I was making was there are some cons that we hadn't gone to in a while, and we did go to, and they were like, wow, this changed. And that was even before the move back east.
Yep.
So, and I just...
Even Comic-Con changed, like, in this short period of time.
Well, because so much... I mean, it's... What's the consolidation? It's all the consolidation now. You don't have as many companies representing, and people... It's the whole go big or go home thing. You can't just have a casual convention anymore. What are you staring off into the space for?
I thought I heard something.
It was a child next door who probably skinned their knee. Because that's the age they are.
Okay.
Because if it was a real problem, they would not have stopped making noise. I know some of the relatives are at various whatever households right now. And there it is. Yeah, because school's out.
Got it.
If it bothers you, I can close the window.
No, we're going to be ending soon anyway. So.
Yes, which is a good thing. I know we whack her again. But I miss the cons we've been to, but I also don't miss a few cons we've been to. So that was one of the reasons why I said instead of just going whole hog right away, let's just start actually looking into which ones got stupid and which ones are fun and which ones are small enough that we could really have a good time. Because those are the best.
Yep.
Then you don't have to worry about schedules and do you need security and do you not need security and who's trying to have the biggest ego, which I hate those games. I hate that crap. I really do.
And I mean, I can wear my Cuban hoodie and stuff like that, so I'm good that way.
You just want people to recognize you. I know. Which is so funny because you deliberately used to just background. And the only reason I ever did some of the stuff that I did was because Mike asked. That's the only reason why. Because I never would have done that stuff otherwise.
I'm definitely a proponent for what works best and allowing something else.
I hear it, Bubba.
Allowing something else
I'm gonna shut the window.
What do you call it? The spotlight over me, because it's either funnier or more entertaining or just better. than what I could produce.
Like I said, it's the only reason I agreed to do some of the work that I did was because he asked. I would have never sought that out because I hate being the center of attention. Hey, sweet boy. Oh, I closed the window. Now you want to find out why.
How dare you?
He hates mechanical lawn stuff. That's oh, that's why. Because now his ears aren't going to bother him, and he can just look. My bad. Okay, I got it now.
Okay. So we're at 2 hours and 49 minutes right now.
I'm just a sidekick. You make the calls.
But yeah, I love talking about the conventions.
I don't, because it's just the same thing all the time. And I'm terrified that when we do go back, we're going to be like, it's got even more commercialized crap. That's why I love doing the small ones. Because you don't have as much posturing. Or you have a different kind of posturing, I should say.
And the only reason that eventually I would love to do a table, like an artist table or something like that, where I can just sit there and sign autographs and create beans.
Which is funny, because the last time we had this conversation, you had the order of those two things reversed.
And I would prefer that over going around. I'd rather have people come to me than go around. And I will blame my mentor on that one, because I never knew the vendor life before him. Because I was always like doing we got to see this event, we got to see this, we got to go do this, there was this happening. And just so you know, the vendor area was an attraction all on its own. So
yeah, it's especially depending on which venue we were at.
And now I literally don't want to go to Hall H. I don't want.
Oh, you're still back to that, yeah.
I don't want to see the trailer for the first viewing of a trailer for this movie coming out
that you got to stand in line for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, remember
we're
that?
standing in line so that we can stand in line.
line.
What the fuck, dudes?
Well, that's why I said I don't want to go back to the big ones anymore. And fortunately, we didn't much later because things changed. And I liked the time we spent with the smaller cons. They were always my favorites.
And there's a few people here in around the New York area and stuff like that I know that if I go to an anime con or
the ones he used to haunt, right?
Something like that, or a Comic Con, I know that they're going to be at it, so we can meet up and kind of be goofy again together. So it's not just complete like, why are we here? Which is what I worry about now. I think that's one of my big worries. Well,
that's why I said, to me, if we're going to do, especially one of the big ones, we need to agree why we're going.
Yeah.
Because I already know how these things work from going to them even before I met you. And expectations and anticipation can ruin a con.
Yeah. In a week's time, since I've been bashing on Twitch for a while, this session, in a week's time they're going to have a TwitchCon. And it's going to be in where Comic-Con is. It's San Diego. And it's huge, and
that's why it's there.
And I would actually like to go, not because I care about Bozo and giving him money or whoever I don't even know the president's name of Twitch. but or I don't care about giving him money. The only reason I would want to go to TwitchCon is because of the people. And there's so many people that I would love to see.
Well, here's the
Be
question,
a part of.
because I haven't, now that it's time to try to grow food again and clean up the mess outside, I haven't really been paying much attention even to my Blue Sky account to see if anybody's even said they're going to be there that we've had crossover with. Because that would be the only reason I would want to go.
There is.
It would have to be somebody that we.
As of right now, there is nobody I know that's going to it.
It's all just going to be big names and big wannabes.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's not.
And I wouldn't want to go then.
Yeah. So.
I'm definitely not a clout chaser, so.
Well, and that's why I said, because that's the problem with them having it there. I mean, because that was the biggest problem that we had, was that a whole bunch of people, like, how many freaking agents came up to me, and I was like, I'm not here for this.
Right.
I'm doing a favor for a friend. And they're like, sure, hon.
Or they thought you were already signed.
Yeah. Oh. So funny. I'm not even good looking. I mean, that was my favorite, though, I have to admit, was, when you're wearing a costume like I was, and all the guys thought they were being so clever grabbing those fake boobs. Oh, not real, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry. That will never not amuse me. Never. And they all thought they were the most clever people on the planet. Look at me, I got away with it. I didn't feel anything. I just saw the picture later. So, are we at a wrap or not?
We're at a wrap.
Alright.
Anything else about conventions you want to say? Other than me being stupid and wanting to get into an RV and freaking waste our life?
Well, it wouldn't be... Okay, let me be clear. It would not be a waste of our life, but it makes no sense in the context of where we are now. Who was the one that said, why aren't we going to cons? When it came up the other day, because you said something about, you thought somebody, was going to go to TwitchCon, and now they're not going to go or whatever. And I said, oh, that's right. I forgot they're doing them for streamers now, And then I said, when's the next, Comic-Cons or whatever near us? Because you know me, I don't care if there's only like 3 tables. I just like to. We haven't really socialized with those groups. Pandemic, please,
Yeah. I think there's one in New England somewhere.
You had looked up a list, but then you haven't talked about it until this is when we're talking about it now, and that was what, weeks ago.
And I think everything is in like September.
Okay, like I said,
Right.
you were the one. I said you want to go, find out which ones, because I don't know any of them up here anymore.
Anything you want us to see to our vast amounts of viewer?
I hope you're not a bot, and thank you for coming.
I like it. Bots aren't welcome, so yeah.
Well, bots. I mean, are you supposed to be flattered a bot shows up? I mean, I don't even know how that would work.
No, I'm never flattered that a bot showed up.
That's my point. I hope you're not a bot. I prefer humans. I'm weird that way. I like contact with things that can have conversations.
We prefer humans.
Yes. Even when they ask awkward questions.
Even when they're dumb.
Yeah. So, we're still just stumbling along with Beans, and it's mostly my fault because I can't seem to carry a schedule to save my life, so.
And just so you know, as much as we joke around about it, you make this possible. You're the reason that I still stream. The people watching this, you have to be freaking a little bit touched in the head, I think. to watch it all the way to this point.
Well, there's
So
watching and there's listening.
That's what makes you amazing. Even watching and listening. when the average viewing of my videos is like 2 seconds long, somebody who would watch 3 hours of the video, you're kind of cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you're a little insane as well.
Hopefully it's just not training.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, like I was saying before, is that one of the things that I like about this is I can wear whatever I want, I can eat whatever I want. I can distract myself with other things.
We can play games.
We can do whatever, and it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter whether the house is clean or the cats throw up in the middle of it or whatever.
All right. Here's the big question.
Uh-oh.
Since we're at the 3-hour mark right now.
Is it really 3 hours?
Yeah, we've been here for 3 hours. And I'm actually kind of happy because 3 hours is like a long video for us. Long video for me.
Usually,
I'm lucky I do the 2 hours, so.
When we did the 2 beans and a lunch break or whatever it was we were doing for the last diggy,
mm-hmm.
It was an experiment, and short forms never do well when you're not short form, consistent, but it was a fun thing, and we got to have some people hang out, and I don't regret those.
Also, one of the reasons why I like being here on YouTube as opposed to being on Twitch is that bot farmer who's telling me to have, go to this website to get AI viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't show up, which I love.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy. And they have all different names.
I love how you assume it's a guy.
It's a guy, because guys are freaking suck. Guys are awful.
No, I shouldn't say that. That's very adult. I'm thinking a thought that I'm not saying out loud.
And I think it's because...
It's a snide remark.
I think it's because they have penises. Makes them stupid. And it's probably
I have said forever that it's just because society allows them to be. If it didn't matter what gender, could just basically do anything they want as long as they whatevered, we would be even bigger show than they are.
And the smaller the penis they have, the stupider they are. So I don't know what it is.
I don't know about that, but I'm speaking from experience. So
smart people have big peepees.
That is totally not true. And I should know. I've seen way too many.
Big pee-pee energy, then.
That's like saying that the bigger the boobs, the dumber the blonde. I mean, like, there's no correlation whatsoever.
Okay. So here's the big question.
Another big question.
Do we want to do this again next week?
Okay. Do we want to? Or will the universe not cooperate again?
I don't know if the universe is going to cooperate. I can't
guarantee that I'm going to do 3 hours because I never know week to week. This is one of the problems we were having.
Do we want to do it on Thursday? Or do we want to do it on Friday?
I honestly don't know. What difference would it make to you?
It would.
Because I'm now trying to think if I actually have anything with the stuff that I'm trying to learn from people who know more about certain things than me. What's today?
Today is the 26th.
Right now, most of the stuff is still mostly the weekend or on Wednesday lunchtime, so... Oh, this is a Thursday, though.
July. Okay, so I think we can do it Friday afternoons.
Well, I'm just worried if we set up a pattern. Every time we try to set up a pattern with these, unless it's a short-term thing like what we did with the 2 beans and the diggy, life is very uncertain right now for lots of reasons.
I'm also thinking that diggy will fall into...
Well, eventually, that
thing.
I think we should talk about this more off-stream.
Okay.
Because there's other factors that I do not want public. But thank you everybody for hanging out and listening to us whenever. I hope maybe it made doing dishes or by hand more fun or something like that. Well, because that's what. When do I listen to NPR the most? And oh yeah, when I'm doing dishes.
And like Bink Bink again, like they do it. They're now doing it 4 times a year, and it's like literally they're having them back to back. You have September 10th.
They're filling holes, is what they're doing.
September 10th to September 16th, which will be a Thursday and Friday, and October 1st to October 6th, which would be a Thursday and Friday on there too.
No, you said no. That's August. You said September.
Yeah, September 10th to the 16th.
For that's right, because they're doing the week thing. Because they always do the resets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, whatever.
So we can do a Thursday, Friday. We can do a diggy diggy like all the way through, and I can even do a diggy diggy on my own. During my regular stream, I can actually add it to
we're gonna play it by ear.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I don't like it when.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you too.
You guys are awesome. I mean, we got a couple viewers actually watching. So it's kind of cool.
They came in at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But thank you. And I don't know if it says that there's one viewer watching, so they could have come in earlier.
I don't. There's a reason I'm the sidekick. I don't have to worry about this kind of information.
All right.
I just want to have
care.
fun.
Love you guys. Be well.
Have fun, storm the castle.
Think they're gonna make it?
I'll take a miracle.
He always does. All right, bye.